see, because I'm trying to better myself. That's right. I'm enrolled in the Robert Fionn School of Beauty and the Ace Truck Driving School. So I'm going to have something, you see. Hey! There go my homegirl, Gretchen. Hey, Gretchen! Hey, girl! I'm scared of you. You look good. Love what you did with your hair. Shake it, but don't break it. But if you do, save chapter piece. That fool went and spent the baby's diaper money to get her weave tightened. Girl, the baby was...
Hey, little kids, don't follow these dope habits.
BOS on the track.
All right. More
What up, though?
fire.
What up, though?
Welcome, everybody.
Hope y'all doing good.
It's about that time.
It is. Hope y'all got a nice warm drink. There you go. Tell them, Mrs. Tell them.
Look at the steam coming over there.
Get you something hot.
How y'all doing? Come on in.
Make sure my sound is right.
Yes.
Y'all let us know if y'all can hear us.
1, 2.
Because we
1,
up
2.
and running with the lapel mics. So let's, see what we got. There we go.
Right.
I think we
All
working.
Right. I heard you. How y'all doing?
Everybody
out there?
doing
Welcome.
good. What's popping?
It's Thursday.
It is. It's Thursday. And we
Shout out to Happy Friday Eve.
For coffee and cappuccino.
Yes.
What you guys sipping on?
It done cooled down tonight. It was nice today, though. Hope y'all got out. Got some of that sunlight.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody that's streaming right now.
We do.
Fatty got it going on right now.
Oh,
Cooking.
man, he do. Lord
He
have
do.
mercy.
Check them on the replay.
Fire.
But shout out to y'all for pulling up
More
and pulling in
Yes.
coffee and cappuccino. Y'all see
Welcome.
what the title is. Tell it to the judge.
Child.
Tell it to the judge. So y'all know I got some courtroom drama for you.
They be trying to tell it to the judge.
Real life stuff. And we'll get to it. Donique in the building. What's
Hey,
popping?
Donique. Welcome.
Sarah's here.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey,
welcome,
sis.
sister.
Hope you're doing well. JB in the building. What's popping, Johnny?
Blaze is in the building. Welcome.
Red lipstick vibes. Yeah,
Build.
vibes always positive. What up, sis? Sis out in them streets. She trolling 60s too. I see you, sis. Rep the gang.
Yeah, we all right. All is well.
How you doing? You good?
The laps is getting more, because Maddie's a pro at riding bikes now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we go in circles around the block. Started off light, but we about 8 laps around the block now. So feeling good, a little strong, spring coming back in.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. How
Sounds
you
about
doing?
right.
How was your
I'm
day,
good.
sir?
I'm good.
It's good.
Yeah. Shout out to
You
everybody
keep moving. Okay.
checking us out. I think
doing
we
some stuff.
on
Are we dual streaming?
X. I think they call it X now. It was called Twitter. Now it's called X. Yep, there we go.
Okay, now.
Right there.
Welcome. Hey, Twitterians.
What up? What up?
Don't know
X
what y'all
people.
call yourselves. X's?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called X now. So we are on YouTube and X right now. For a little coffee and cappuccino. What is
thank you
your
for enlightening me on that.
dinner drink? You guys know how we do it. Something nice and warm and a reaction. Something to react to.
And I love when I ain't seen it.
No,
Come on now.
You haven't seen any of these.
Wow. It'd be crazy. I ain't gonna spun. I spent a lot of my life watching court shows, right? Most of my time.
But that's kind of dramatized, and I think that's the reason why, we can't do it in its entirety and show, what we show from Judge Mathis and paternity court. Those things, I'm starting to think they're more scripted than anything. And you know what I mean? Dramatization versus real life actual court proceedings,
because it's
public
free,
knowledge, absolutely
free information.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Okay, well, it's still, real life people. Goodness gracious.
So how y'all doing out there? How y'all enjoying y'all Thursday?
Make sure y'all hit that like button. You think anybody like to come pull up and pop in for some coffee and cappuccino and a little reaction to some court situations?
I got a few stacked up, but I'm looking for this one particular one. It was crazy.
Because it's more than enough, y'all.
And
it's court in session every day in every county. So more than enough people to see their experience. It's
want to check in. What up, Apex? You doing well, bro?
Hope all is well.
Absolutely, man.
Everything's coming on.
Sending love and light. Absolutely. To you and the crew. And let's see.
By golly, I think he may have gotten.
I have to go with one of these other ones. They all are pretty entertaining. So let's go ahead and start with this one.
Make sure y'all go over to Mr. He Said or Mrs.SheSaid. Go hit that like button.
Absolutely.
Pop on in real quick.
Absolutely. Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
Watch hours.
We do.
Waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There have not been, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State offer states Exhibit 1 and all of those attachments. No objection, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled waivering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Off the record. Norma, we'll need the interpreter back. Back on the record. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any. Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right. And states you may be excused to continue to confirm. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
In the interest of justice, that would be our request, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I stand here with Ms. Rubio. As the court is aware, we had a minor issue with respect to her bond. In order for judicial efficiency and to get on with her life and begin the process of putting this behind her, she sought my direction at attempting to resolve all matters. And that's what she wanted to do today, as to accept responsibility, come forward, use the court deems appropriate, given the totality of the circumstances and the information the court learned today.
All right. Are you employed? How do you support yourself?
Currently I am not. Since I went to jail for this, I lost my job, so I'm still looking for a new one.
So when's the last time you were employed?
The beginning of June, or the middle of June, I guess. Maybe about the middle of June.
Do you have any children?
Yes, 2.
What are their ages?
She just turned 12 and 14.
Who do they live with?
They reside with both me and their dad.
Who is the father?
William Bloodworth is one of them.
I'm sorry, who?
William Bloodworth. He is the father of my daughter.
Mhm.
And my son's father is not involved. He takes that place of that.
So you're saying you're living with William Bloodworth? Yeah, but in this, it says that Nick Sarabia is your boyfriend. That's what it says in the police report.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's not okay. That's what it says in the police report.
And
So
he
who is
was-
this other person?
That is my kid's, that is my kid's father.
No, you didn't mention Nick Sarabia as being the father of
No,
any.
he's not the father of my kids.
Wow.
Okay, it's a twist.
Not getting off to a good start.
Right. That was a little confusing. Goodness gracious.
Very confusing. And like the judge said, you know, it's not okay, because when the judge pointed out the discrepancy, you said you stay with your boyfriend, yet the paperwork says a different name in there. And her reply was, okay. He's like, no, it's not okay. It's not what you said. It's two different names.
Not the truth. Okay.
There's
That's a whole nother name.
Incongruency there. It's not that easy to get away with stuff like this in court. Hey, Eyes. Hey, Lady Naveau. I hope y'all doing well.
You know, these judges have people stand before them years. Like this is something they do. They can probably look and tell your whole body language. Everything is saying you're lying. Child, you got to come to court correct.
You should.
For one.
Let's pull up the second part of this. Only two parts to this. This is a short.
She came in hard. The judge came in swinging. So
this needs
what's
to
happening here?
It needs to make sense.
Train your kids up, know about court, how to act. Don't get in trouble so you don't end up there. Okay?
Okay, no, it's not okay. That's what it says in the news report. And she says, that is my kid's, my kid's father. No, I have cross thoughts. I didn't mention that Nick Sarabia as being that father.
All right, thank you. So you said that Nick Sarabia was the children's father, but you just told me that.
I'm sorry, he is not the children's father. He was the boyfriend at the time. He is locked up right now. We have not spoken.
Mhm. And then why were you dishonest with me about your drug test?
I'm sorry. That was 7 days ago. I didn't think that it was.
No. That should not be in your system from 7 days ago. When's the last time you used and what are you using on a regular basis?
7 days ago.
What are you using?
There was meth on 7 days ago.
No, listen to my question. What drugs are you using?
Meth.
How often are you using meth?
Last time we did it was 7 days ago. 7 days.
And what else are you using?
Nothing else.
And what is the father, Mr. Bloodworth, what is he using?
Nothing. Are you brother? Nothing.
I find that people.
We don't live together. We both share custody of my kids. They live with me and then they live with their dad.
Okay, she's
joint custody.
Time out. You're being very dishonest and slippery with me because I asked you. My mind is a steel trap, but I wanted the court reporter to read back because maybe my mind is failing, but I highly doubt that. You told me that your children were living with you and their father, and you said the other father he's not a part of anything. Now you're telling me, oh no, he doesn't live with me. It's on and off. You've been dishonest with me from the very beginning. You were dishonest when I asked you if you're going to be positive. You were dishonest about that. Then you were dishonest about Bloodworth. I don't even know if this is this person's real name or not. Then you were dishonest about Sarabia. At first, and later you said he was the father of your children. Now he's not the father of your children. You're just being dishonest all across the board with the court, and I don't appreciate it. And dishonesty has nothing to do with nerves. You heard my questions. My questions were very specific. All right, this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to recall the warrant. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years.
God damn.
That meth was a hell of a drug, man. We used to
Judging.
say crack was a hell of a drug. Shit.
God damn.
We got to make a new commercial.
The judge said, okay, here's what
This
I'm going
is
to do
your
for you
brain.
with that shit.
This is your brain.
But just, you know, like the
We got
judge
to
pointed
slide.
out, how laissez-faire you are with this. Like lying to me, spacey, all over the place, not, you know, sticking to any concrete information. It's very disrespectful. And again, the reason why I play these is because this court.
It's court. Yeah.
This is where we did something wrong to even be there. We shouldn't even be there.
Right. And she's not even there for like the paternity of the children, you know. So it's coming to that because you can't even articulate yourself well enough. And then when you're questioning, we need to revisit what you stated. It's just not making any sense.
Wow.
The hell is going on around here?
Wow. Shout out to Blaze on the check-in. What up, Blaze?
Peace. Welcome.
And you know, this is the time where we get to be petty and you know, just reflect and react on everyday stuff. And instead of pulling, you know, the trash out the garbage can, let's just go ahead and go to court and see people in everyday instances.
I mean, there's so many things to teach our youth, and they definitely need to understand that it is a procedure. It is a process when you go into court. You know, something I learned very early, too young, but you know, in a traumatic way. Yeah. So all of these things, the vices, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all this American, some of that stuff they really need to know, and they're not aware of their rights. They're not aware of the laws and the rules. They damn sure enough don't know the rules of their own house.
But what about how to act? They don't know that either. Like that the judge should be respected, and if someone asks a question, you should give them an answer. They
it's
don't
not demanded in
what
families like that
conversation
no more,
is.
right?
Understand.
No, because we're able to live in a fantasy world. You don't correct the children when they're trying to be in their fantasy land. It's okay for a second, but while they're living in fantasy land, there needs to be some understanding that there's a reality side of it. You know what I mean? And it's hard to constantly do that because you have to do it all the time for years. It's tiring, y'all.
I appreciate that. I love medicine and law shows with us too.
Yes.
Blaze said peace and abundance to everybody. Shout out to the mods in the chat. Hope everybody's in good spirits. Hope you got your ginger ale, my brother. And we love too. Yeah. Please, we could run down a list. Grey's Anatomy. YouTube Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my God.
YouTube Anatomy. Where everybody sleep with everybody.
How to Get Away with Murder. That shit almost gave us heart attacks.
Indeed. ER and
we wasn't really big on those. It's been on a long time.
So we definitely were, you know, aware of it. The one with Sean, The Good Doctor.
Yes, The Good Doctor. Yes, that's awesome.
That one's
dope.
You
know, that touched our heart because you know.
Indeed, we identify with the spectrum.
Absolutely.
New Amsterdam.
Yes.
That was the joint.
Yeah. So there's a lot of sex in all these shows. Man, goodness, they ain't even no cutoff point. I be like, wow, they really. This is TV. It's not cable.
Horny. And you know, again, you know, that's what I learned.
Please.
That you know, I might have to switch these cameras. Y'all bear with me while I switch these cameras. That's when I learned that infatuation and attraction. Those things can come, you know, talk about it. But infatuation and attraction, those things can come from just spending time around somebody. Like those nurse shifts, you know.
Yeah, work husband doesn't just happen as soon as you start working. Right. It happens over time.
And
work wife.
The way those relationships can happen just because we're around each other. Like I told you, Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
Like every co-star she's ever with, she got to pair up with them. And it's just from being around a person for so much time.
Just go on for a second. Don't tell nobody.
We back. We back.
We were lost for a minute.
We back. We
We
back.
back. We back.
We
Did
are
y'all go
back.
somewhere? I gotta
My
go
coffee is
reheat.
cool. Yeah,
It is. Got to go reheat
Gotta
and
reheat. Okay. I think we good to go now. Let me go ahead and get the party going. Thank y'all, everybody that's still with us. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Because we are back and about to start rolling again. What's going on out there in the chat? What's good with y'all? Let me pull up this one right here. Let's go ahead. All right, sis said okay. Lady Navoa said, I hope everything is okay. Blink twice if y'all are okay. 1, 2. We good. We good, sis. Nobody came and got us. StreamYard just was acting up. Did you say roll up? You know that's always a go. This. I think you're going to bring back that warm cup of cap. And we going to continue rolling. Great Pill is in the building. What up, Great Pill? See you working out here in these streets, man. I drop in, say what's up, sit quietly, and, you know, chill in my masculinity, man. I don't want to, you know, disrupt or cause no trouble. So I just chill out, but you always got some thought-provoking content going on in a conversation with mature people. So that's one of the most, you know, admirable things is that you always try to conduct a mature forum that keeps the conversation moving forward, because that's the objective at the end of the day. So shout out to you. Y'all show some love to Gray Pill. He's in the building. My gang is in the building.
Paul, 2023 CR 2077. State of Texas versus Annabelle Bishop. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ruben Barrera for the state.
Defense.
Thomas Siller for the defendant.
Are you Annabelle Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea on May 1st. According to the plea bargain agreement, and it's a continuous violence case, the state is silent on your application, but they're asking that punishment be assessed at 5 years in the prison. Have parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor. I just have one witness, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You may call your witness.
Ms. Bishop.
The mother.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear and I can hear. All right, can you state your name for the record?
Anna Bishop.
All right. Defense?
Please state your name, the relationship to Ms.
I'm
Sure.
her mother.
At this point, you understand the charges against this court, pending in this court?
Yes,
Do you know the dynamics of the ex-husband and his father?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And at this point, they are wanting her to go away for 5 years.
Of course they do.
Can you please tell the court what are your wishes as to your daughter?
I don't think that she'd be. I don't think she should go for 5 years.
Do you ask this court to grant her deferred adjudication?
I plead with this court to grant her deferred.
At this point, the court prepared, or the court says there's no mental health issues. And what kind of needs do you think your daughter has if given probation today, substance abuse wise?
Yes, that should be placed in a program and
Outpatient, that is?
outpatient. Yes.
Is it, what kind of drugs is she using?
To my knowledge, for CPS, it's weed.
And other than that, what other, does she need any kind of additional mental health services? What
I
else was
believe
she?
that she might, yes.
I know that nothing was identified officially, but what makes you think?
Nothing was identified because no one's taken the time to actually, you know.
But what are
counsel
your
her.
concerns with her?
There.
Time.
What are your concerns with your daughter?
My concerns are that she just needs the help that she needs, and she doesn't need to go to prison. I think that she would be able to do this out.
Is it your first felony, of course?
Yes, her first. Yes.
And who else lives in the household with you?
Just me.
You spend a lot of money and effort to get her on bond. How much money did you spend on that?
$2,500.
Okay, and then she's back in jail. Why is that? Why is she back in jail?
Because she missed her court date.
And other than that, she was always well behaved.
Yes, and she only missed her court date because she had a scratch in her eye.
Okay, what do you guys think so far? Amanaz, you know she not buying. She said, yeah,
Did she just say she
Relax.
missed the court date because she had a scratch in her eye? Or am I bugging? That's what she said.
She had a scratch in her eye. She's a good girl.
It says, child.
She spent $2,500 on bail, and
this is why he's questioning. This is your child. So why she didn't show up to court, knowing that you spent that and you're gonna lose that money? Yeah, like you can afford to keep bailing her out, and here you go again, standing up here yet again, bailing her out. Whatever trouble she's been in, it ain't work. She don't know the consequences.
first thing they ask about is the truth. Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? First thing addressed in there. And this is why I say, you know, this is where I figure we supposed to behave. It's not like these things aren't addressed. Lady in the boat said, let's see how this unfoils. Blaze got his popcorn, got his ginger
Cannot
ale.
be expected to act appropriately in court, especially if you're not getting your way.
Quincy's in the building. It's February, Quincy. We blackity black this month. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
I'm Pisces and proud.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Bing, bing. Happy Dilla month.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
I thought
JD. The God. Rest in peace, J.
That's
Dilla.
what I thought I
We
heard
miss you,
too,
man.
Sister Sarah. I swear I thought I heard that.
What?
What?
A scratch on her what?
Scratch. You got to be kidding me. It is absolutely learned behavior. I mean, and it comes from
Will do, lady. Will do, lady.
coddling and, pandering to children for the shameful and disgraceful shit that they be doing. You know what I mean? And whether you're giving them the room or the okay or the reason you're doing it is because you was young and you did this, and you don't make it right. They should know that you was a fucking fool, and they shouldn't in turn repeat those mistakes, and especially if she's pregnant. Absolutely. Right? So now I got to beg here for you to get some leniency or go to a program, because they're gonna give you 5 years. That means you're gonna have that baby, and that baby is not gonna be able to stay with you. But they do have some programs, like I said before in one of my previous shows. They do have programs where they do allow pregnant mothers to stay with their child, you know, hopefully to find some significant village to take care of that child while they're doing the time.
I'll keep putting it up. I think these court proceedings, these public court proceedings are pretty good. We've never been hit for those. It's the Judge Mathis and the kind of court shows. Yeah. If we don't splice them down and change the speed and put the watermark on, it's you know.
And it's not the court, it's the ABC, the WB, you know, it's the networks.
Indeed. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk. She said, who is Jay Dilla? One of the best producers ever. Yeah. One of the best producers ever.
Music producer.
Yeah.
Google him.
Jill Scott, The Roots, all of that earthy, you know, Erykah Badu, Mos Def, they were a crew. The Soul Aquarians is actually what they were called, because most of them were either Pisces or Aquarius.
Come on, Pisces.
You know, those artistic types. So yeah, a dope brother. But had a, you know, battling with a sickness and never really let anybody know in hip hop, and
can't get the beats.
Like Quincy just said right there, king of the beats. Rest in peace, J. Dill. You are missed. You are truly missed, sir.
She does have medical records for that.
Okay. And at this point, do you think she will be able to successfully comply with the education requirements, going to classes, making appointments, reporting, staying away from the alleged victim?
Yes.
Okay. And it says here that she has shown no remorse. She thinks it's all fun and games what she did to the ex-father-in-law. What do you think? Do you think she's remorseful?
Yes, I do, and they should be remorseful for what
I was saying. She took responsibility. She's charged with. So you're not saying she's innocent, but she's remorseful. You're saying
yes,
and she understands remorse. And she understands, and you understand. If the court was to give her on a first felony education, if she messes up, she'll get the full into punishment and go to prison for much longer. She understands that. You understand that?
I understand that.
Okay.
You wouldn't ask her.
But the other high school diploma, she understands everything. She's competent, you believe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at this point, again, I was trying to clarify with you. Does she need mental health evaluation, you think?
Yes, I do.
On what basis?
On the basis that I've been her mother for the last 25 years, and I know my daughter. And she's changed a lot ever since she met her husband. And she's just mentally been abused by that family.
Does that sound fair?
God damn. Mother.
No proof, no diagnosis. Wow. She didn't even pull out like the little silver book.
That's my daughter. And I raised her. And him, her husband, and his family. Done tortured my daughter, so she's just a dummy. She gonna stay. Ooh!
Shout out to Dr. Nakuve on the check-in. Look at Mrs. Harris. Let me go ahead and play her.
That was something else.
You're so emotional, baby. Never taking accountability, and the cycle continues. Oh, how I know this so well.
I'm sitting here like, why is he questioning the mother? And you thought the defendant wasn't there, but no, she's right there.
She might have been in jail or something.
So her ass is crazy. This is what mommy is trying to say. So she wasn't crazy before the husband, so the husband made her crazy. Damn, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, man.
Shout out to my brother Rick in the building. Was popping, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody having a good week. We just had
I'm thinking of T. Said that dick made her ass go crazy.
Cool.
It's crazy now. He done put it on her. Damn. Shout out to the good D. Make it go crazy. Literally.
Just passing 1,000 pardons. I also aid an ailing mother, so I was bouncing around. No doubt, man. We appreciate you and all that you do. Keep being you, Quince, man. That's why you're part of our tribe, brother. We appreciate you so much.
Yes, good job taking care of you.
That's her daughter. She knows her daughter.
I know my body. So she should have got us some help. I know my daughter.
Yes, I do.
On what basis?
On the basis that I've been her mother for the last 25 years and I know my daughter. And she's changed a lot ever since she met her husband. And she's just mentally been abused by that family. That's what I'm basing it.
What kind of service does she need? Counseling? Does she need evaluation? What does she need?
I would think that she would need counseling and psychiatric evaluation.
Okay. But all that can be done outpatient. You're asking for the court to kind of defer to release her today?
Yes, I am. I'm pleading.
That's a witness. Thank you.
Any questions?
No question.
So you're her mother?
Yes.
How many children does she have?
She has 2.
All right. Why was CPS involved?
Because her father-in-law called CPS.
Okay. And the grandchildren were placed with the father-in-law, correct?
They were placed with the father-in-law and the non-biological grandmother.
Okay. So that's where the children were placed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you aware of the facts of this case?
Not all the facts.
Okay, the missus wants to know what that means. Can anybody tell us what the non-biological realm is?
The children are with the paternal grandfather. And she said the non-biological, grandmother?
Okay.
Okay, because I see the text there now.
But
what she said, I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Non-biological.
What?
Okay. So that's where the children were placed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you aware of the facts of this case?
Not all the facts.
Are you aware that she gave him a black eye?
No.
Are you aware that she went over to the home? At the job site, it states, the victim said that his grandchildren were placed on a safety plan on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023 by Child Protective Services due to physical abuse allegations. Do you know what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what that means is that Child Protective Services didn't do a legal case, and her attorney will tell you this. They just did a safety plan. So the safety plan is designed to get the parents stabilized. So what they did was they placed the children with the father-in-law, and I'm sure they told her that these are the times that you can have your children as far as visitation. So what he says is around 9 a.m. today, the defendant, your daughter, came to his job site again, banging on the door. His coworker alerted him that she was here, and they called the police. The grandfather came through the gates and told her to leave. She began yelling, "Where are my effing kids?" He grabbed her phone and threw it so that she would leave the property. She then punched him in the face a couple of times and ran to get her phone. Shortly after, she returned on the property, threatening to damage the grandfather's truck and flatten his tires. She was looking for rocks, so he went to stop her. She came at him swinging with a closed fist. He grabbed her by the shirt and hip tossed her to the ground. He placed his hand on her back until she calmed down. That's what happened. And that was on the first occasion, because this is continuous. And it says that your daughter has a drug problem.
That stuff must have slipped her mind, maybe.
Creep on in, on in, on in.
Sounds like mom just been ignoring all of her daughter's
And out here doing
behavior and foolishness. Got 2 babies already and possibly 1 on the way. Has no self-control. Not only does she try to beat up her husband, right? Because if you're telling me you're beating up your
grandpa,
father-in-law, I can imagine what type of toxicity you're bringing to the husband. It's amazing. What's wrong with y'all?
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time and I'm going to throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
Even if it's not learned from watching modeled behavior, it's just not being corrected. You know, even when they're little girls grow up hearing that little boys shouldn't hit girls. You understand? Like, even if we're not told that, we hear that. This is why women get like, how dare you hit a woman? How dare you? So in every circumstance, that bitch spit in my face. She lucky I didn't choke her to death. This type of environment I grew up in, you know? And I don't think humans change. And a level of respect that should be exhibited needs to be upfront. Wow.
Shout out to Info Man on the check-in.
Goodness gracious.
Brother Ricky said, peace to the gods.
Coffee and cappuccino.
Her mama a lie too. You ain't lying, Ricky.
She's a panderer.
Goddamn lie.
She wished somebody was there to get her ass out of trouble when she was young. There's some of them too. I ain't had nobody, you know. I ain't learned. Ain't had nobody to teach me. And then again, I ain't had nobody to get me out of trouble. So you allow your child to do all the foolishness, right? Because you're gonna be superhero mama with the fucking case. But the children.
Spitting equal catching a bad one. You ain't lying. That's what the missus just alluded to. And I'm a little different because we were told in Bed-Stuy, somebody hit you, hit them back.
That's how I grew up.
We weren't told to differentiate. And if they bigger than you, pick up something, knock shit out of them. So I don't know when we cut that switch off, especially if we don't have emotional intelligence and situational awareness and all of the stuff we say we don't have. And we come up and cultivate it in a pot that's told, if somebody put their hands on you, you put your hands back on them. And we just supposed to forget that.
Right.
Again, I'm a man when you started yelling at me and calling me bitch ass and the F word and the R word. And that's why y'all use the F word and the R word so much.
They use it a lot
recently.
Oh, child.
Those words ain't cool, man.
It's not publicly,
those words ain't cool,
acceptable anymore.
F word and the R word is not cool, y'all. Come on. We could do better than that. But if somebody put their hands on me, I'm putting my hands back. I'm not differentiating. My mama told me don't let nobody ride my bike. And if somebody put their hands on me, put them back.
Right.
And if you're dumb, you'll ask why. I am from bed do or die. If you don't know what line preceded that, it was clap your hands. Your hands, you clap. If your girl's out of place, it's your girl I will slap.
Yeah, and that was real.
Your man need to get slapped.
Control your
he
girl.
Get slapped
I heard
too,
that a lot.
Or everybody's getting slapped. Slaps for everybody.
Yo, son, get your girl.
It is what it is.
Because not only am I gonna smack her, I'm gonna beat you up in front of her.
And now back to, look at Jay. Jay says spitting on someone is a damn crime.
They don't know. They don't know.
Don't play that shit.
It's not common sense for everybody because it's the go-to. These people are really getting disrespectful.
Spitting on someone is a one-way ticket to the upper room.
Even kick it. And I was going to say, when it comes to the females, again, my mother was the kind of woman that was, you can dish it, you best be able to take it. Like, don't be roughhousing with them boys and think that they're going to not roughhouse with you. So you want to play knuckles, you want to do all that pal on and be with, you can't come in here crying and carrying on. Yeah, I couldn't run the hubby like they did that. I was not allowed, Yeah, I had to fight.
So yeah, mom is definitely caping for her daughter
A
hard.
lot.
And you
Too
know,
much.
the lawyer, she said, "Do you have any questions?" He said, "No." She said, "Well, I got some." And then she went to rattle off a few questions. So I
Ooh.
don't know, what's
Is
up.
it going to make any sense? Because she can't even articulate what a child needs. You know, her 25 years, you can't psychologically explain.
Right, what she's diagnosed with, or
There hasn't
what
been one. That's why
services
she
she
needs one, but you can't articulate what you see,
Right.
what you perceive, her behavior. She's sleeping all the time. She's explosive. I mean, anything. No. Y'all need to get more words than weird.
Or she using?
To my knowledge, marijuana.
So you think she's only using marijuana? And you think all of this, that Child Protective Services, which they don't even do anymore, I don't know why they don't do it, but Child Protective Services are not putting children in safety plans or removing them because parents are using marijuana. It has to be more than that. Do you understand?
They didn't tell me that.
Okay.
I asked them.
All right. So as a parent, sometimes we let our love of our children blind us or look at things through rose-colored glasses. In order to help children, you need to take the rose-colored glasses off and see your child for who they are. Now, you may not like what you're seeing with your child. You may not like the relationships they're choosing. You may not like the fact that they're doing drugs, but you have to acknowledge that and quit glossing over the fact that she doesn't have custody of her kids. And I hate kids because it's baby goats, but I'm saying kids with the cuts. That's what's in the police report. But she doesn't have custody of her children. And the reason why she doesn't have custody of her children is because there's allegations of physical abuse. Not physical abuse where her partner that she chose is hitting on her, but physical abuse to the children and drug use. That's why there was a safety plan, and that's why the children were placed with the grandfather. Now, why the children are not placed with you, I don't know. Maybe it's because you're not acknowledging the fact that your daughter has violence issues, that your daughter has drug issues. Maybe that's why the children didn't place them with, maybe that's why CPS didn't place the children with you. I don't know if you had a chance to put your name down for somebody to be interviewed.
I did, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but they came to my house, and because I was away.
That's something. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're not with you. They're not with her. Understand she's not up to par, but you're her mother. You're her
I'm so
foundation.
Concerned. Like you don't have
Advocating,
because that's usually the first, right?
Absolutely. Unless you're inadequate as well.
Right. Because it sticks with the maternal side of the family.
This is what Ricky was talking about. Mama probably a lot too. These apples, they don't fall far from trees. You got to pick the apple up and throw the apple far away from the tree to get it away. And that still depends on how strong your arm is. So now you got to go to the gym. Because I didn't want the apple to fall right next to the tree. I knew that's where it was going to land, babe. I got to pick this shit up and get this shit away from the tree, yo. You're crazy. Tree is crazy. But mom caping for her. And
absolutely. Like they say, the love of your child can blind you. Like, and I've seen it, and that's why we've always had those hypothetical conversations when it came to our kids, because we know that certain things that they do, the decisions they make, we might not agree. And it might cause us a real conflict where we get a divorce. A lot of marriages happen like that because of the kids. And they'll tell the kids, it's not because of you. No, it was because of you.
God damn.
The hell, we lie all the way around. It had nothing to do with you. Yeah, it did. After having kids, your body went crazy. My mind went crazy, and like your daddy no more. We come in conflict. It's all that. We just need to be a little more honest. But this is too much pandering, too much coddling, especially when they start spitting out babies. I think that's when our foot as mothers need to be in their ass. Like, it is going to be absolutely unacceptable for you to repeat any of my fuck-ups. So now let's reflect on what you thought I may have done wrong, so that you take that into your conscious parenting now and not repeat, whether I yelled too much or spanked too much. You didn't like that type of consequence of getting on your knees and holding some books or whatever.
That's right.
You know, or not spanking at all,
Mhm.
not having children at all. Like it is what it is.
It is some things you have to reflect on.
But we cannot continue to coddle
behave
our,
like
our
this.
children. You know, she's not a child. She's 25. And they go, oh, young and dumb. No. You graduate from high school, you should be capable enough to continue to learn.
Sis laughing at us. Sis,
Oh,
be
crazy.
nice, sis.
She about to act up. She might choke her mama standing
We
right
getting
next
ready
to
to
her.
cut up. We're gonna have some fun in a minute, y'all. I got a nice one waiting for y'all. Let's get through this.
Working, she said that I was too busy, and I've been trying to get a hold of them. I've been trying to be part of the safety plan, and they've been pushing me away.
Well, I mean, if they are pushing you away, I do, honestly, I understand why. Because you think that your daughter needs to be on outpatient treatment. You think your daughter needs to be released, and you're not looking at the fact that the children are in the care of this grandfather.
This grandfather?
Because of allegations of physical abuse. And because she is living with somebody in a vehicle. Do you really think it's great for children to be living with parents living in a vehicle?
What you guys think?
As long as we together. As long as they with them.
Crazy.
But your circumstances don't give you the right to beat on your children. That's in those times, that's when you shouldn't. Because your circumstances is creating frustration, irritation, aggravation, bitterness, depression, all of it. It's not an excuse, a reason, a circumstance to beat on them kids, because it's there. CPS, yeah, baby's got bruises and black eyes. You did that. This is why the grandparents have them. And if you learned that from your dumbass mama sitting up here allowing everything to go down, we definitely won't leave the children with your mother. You are too close in contact with them.
Absolutely.
And
she's a super enabler.
Cannot.
We can't. If you think that this is okay, and the condition about living in a vehicle like that came
right
at the end.
It definitely shouldn't be.
That's crazy.
And knowing, our children are in this type of situation, something's going on. You have to consider your contribution to that, and it is the pandering and the coddling.
Disagree.
Lack of information. Goodness gracious.
How y'all doing out there? Y'all doing all right? Big Cap in the building. What's popping, Big Cap? Hope you're doing well, man. We just chilling out with a cup of coffee and a cup of cappuccino, and we react to some situations and experiences, and then we always take a little bit of a break from the monotony. Shout out to Brother Vaughn on the check-in. Y'all came just in time for the break, man. It's break time. Y'all ready? Let's do it.
Work out, go to
really?
and stuff, yeah.
What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
That's right. It's time for another one of these.
Probably when they don't work out, go to
really?
and stuff, yeah.
White men.
So what do you guys prefer in a guy?
Really rich, really black, at least 6'5".
6'5"?
Yeah. Lots of money, really. Yeah.
Like a yacht and stuff?
Yeah. That kind of thing. Can buy me fancy things, take me on trips, pay my rent.
Between men or women, who has a harder life?
Absolutely women.
Why?
We bleed for a week a month. We're
sexualized everywhere we go.
Yeah, like catcalled.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The parking lot attendant tried to steal me before.
Not me.
Anyone tried to steal you today?
We can.
Based on that, I'm starting to think that there might be a different version of reality for every person.
Jesus Christ.
She said she tried to steal her.
Y'all know y'all wanted to.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on.
Y'all know y'all couldn't resist that. How y'all doing out there, right?
So what kind of man you? She said rich. She
Absolutely.
said black.
Yes, very black. very, 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 very,
Okay.
very black.
You know, I want him to buy me expensive things. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh.
She said she wanted to be very black.
Mine.
Getting upset with hearing the truth. Go work on your game. Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. There's somebody else should have told you this.
You don't like a man that don't work out.
Gotta go to the gym. That's right.
Y'all is insane.
What'd you think of that, Mrs. Harris?
Them is crazy. Okay.
What they saying in the chat? They all right?
That they crazy. He said, who left the barnyard door open again? Let these goddamn cows and bulls up out of there. Oh. It is amazing. Women are over objectified. Cat calling. They cat calling her ass. Or were they cat calling them? No, they were piggy calling.
Somebody tried to kidnap
That's
her.
what they was doing.
Not doing that. You're not doing that.
Another level of
Gotta have a lot of money. Lots of money.
They can.
So he can buy me stuff.
And then the disrespect I hear women say all the time, because we bleed for a week, for all our lives.
7 days.
You disrespectful damn heathens.
7 days.
That don't even have no honor for the blessing that they have. Y'all better look at it different. You are what you think. Consider that. Different type of mind training. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I thought that was entertaining.
That's why we hate y'all. That's why we so envious of y'all and jealous of men. Y'all don't get no periods. Y'all ain't gotta push out no big old watermelon.
Damn.
I think that's a reason for the hate too.
Okay.
You know, because I see they don't like being mothers. Most of them don't want to be home with their kids. They want to jump back into work. They want to fight with the dude when they say, I'd rather you be home with these kids. You want to leave your babies. You good with that for whatever fucking reasons. Not even to consider. It's amazing to me, you know, especially most of us coming up with not having parents around and you're able to do that.
Right.
It's for a little bit of time. Like the 18 years, man, it flies. It flies. And you missed it all.
Shower checked in. Girl, your standards don't match with what you represent. It's interesting to watch. Like she said, you know, reality is something, and whether we all share it or not can be subjective. But I don't think that's fair. Again, I think reality is something we all have to exist in.
Or are we really truly living in the matrix? And you know, it is what it is. Some shit will just blow your mind. Like, oh, okay, that was really there. This is happening. This is real life. Yeah, it is. Child.
All right, I got one
on tight.
that I'm loading up. Let me go ahead.
You loading up? It says 911.
Yeah, pause.
Rolling up.
Let me go ahead and get a couple of them.
Turn you on.
Because this one right here, and this one has a little bit of commentary to it. I couldn't find the original court proceeding, so we got a young lady that's kind of giving her synopsis as well. But this one, you know, I couldn't get away from this one, even if I couldn't find it in its organic form. So I'm gonna pull it up and see if I can get past her commentary part. But this one, y'all, is something else.
Out to the lawyer and find out what's going on between Mr. Brinkley, you, and the child. I can't say it any clearer.
Okay, so today we have a
Yeah, so this is baby girl's synopsis that she's gonna give. We're gonna go ahead and mute through this. She takes a couple of minutes. But you guys hit the like, subscribe, share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And this one is
saying what she was going to do to him. So he filed a restraining order on her, and that's why they're in court right now for the restraining order. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right. Mr. Brinkley, go ahead. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, so Irania is Italy's biological mother. We have a pending adoption on. I have an attorney and everything for the adoption. Italy has been with me full time since she was right after a year old. The way that she came into our life is because Irania's mother and I are extremely close. She was going through some things personally, so Italy ended up coming to live with me. We ended up having a conversation where we decided that I was going to go ahead and adopt Italy. Irania signed over all of her rights and everything. And then she just decided that she was going to pretty much move to like the Midwest, but she was also incarcerated for a little while.
Right away, we see that the mom is a criminal and a deadbeat. She couldn't take care of her own daughter, so she left her with her friend. I wonder why she didn't give the child to her father or even her own family. She's sitting up there with her sister today. Why did her sister get her?
One of the first things I had to end up taking Italy when she first came to live with me. We had to take her to the hospital because she had a UTI, but I didn't want to take her to the hospital by myself, me being a single man with a little girl. So her mother went to the hospital with us. Well, because of her being so young, they had a defects worker come out. The defects worker advised that she could only go home with me and my partner at the time. We ended up having a conversation with Irania. We went to a UPS store in Powder Springs where she signed documentation. All of that has been emailed over, but she signed over all of her rights and everything. And she agreed to everything. She spoke to the defects worker when she was incarcerated and everything. So for like the next maybe about 4 years or so, we were pretty much chasing her down to try to have her build a relationship with the child, but she didn't want anything to do with it. She advised me herself that she wasn't ready to be a mom. She would rather, party and just have a good time. That's all fine and dandy. I told her, live your life. She'll be taken care of. That's fine.
With me so far, Mrs.
Man. Oh, y'all with us? Are y'all with us? Y'all hearing all of this?
Y'all still with us?
This is amazing.
Because
you want to be party girl, city girl, hot girl, whatever. You don't want to be tied down with no child.
That's her friend. He was kind enough to
hand over your
step
child.
in. She signed over the rights. Is it that easy to do that?
Absolutely.
Then the baby has a UT.
Because I think honestly, in the back of a lot of our minds, we believe regardless of what I do, this baby's gonna love me. I could be gone for 20 years, and that we saw it. We see people 60 years old meet their mother for the first time, and everything's forgiven, regardless of how the circumstances happen. It could have been whatever. So that pedestal that mothers will forever be on, she could miss the whole 4 years and gain this child's love back just knowing mommy, right? Because the script and the role of mother so special, so important, so in high regard. But women don't fucking honor that shit. That's what pisses me off. Y'all bitches don't honor it. It's amazing to me. Yeah, this is a disgrace. And her sister sitting right there. And that's what's brought up, right? Why she didn't get the baby. Lord have mercy.
Shout out to Lady Dow on the check-in. Alexander X on the check-in. It says salute, showing love. What kind of shit?
Yeah, shit is heartbreaking.
Blaze, you have no idea, man. That comes through the feed. And once the algorithm catches it.
A careless, insensitive woman will be a careless, insensitive mother. So know that. The hell. It's amazing, y'all. So beautiful.
incarcerated and everything. So for like the next maybe about 4 years or so, we were pretty much chasing her down to try to have her build a relationship with the child, but she didn't want anything to do with it. She advised me herself that she wasn't ready to be a mom. She would rather, you know, party and just have a good time. That's all fine and dandy. I told her, live your life. She'll be taken care of. That's fine.
Yeah, she didn't have time for her daughter. She was more interested in being a city girl, living her best life during hot girl summer.
That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Until the day that she looks over in the casket and see me dead. I have recordings as well as my coworker as well as my partner has heard her. She has now said that she knows my address and that she's going to kill me. She said that I wouldn't be able to speak if they were to find my body. She did. Once I block her, what she'll do is she'll get someone else's phone. I sent that in the text message. I sent that in the email as well, where she texted me from someone else's phone, telling me that she was going to see me as soon as she was going to kill me. She's threatened to kidnap the child. She threatened her mom to burn their house down with them in the house. Let's see. It's
a lot.
She should be locked up.
She's doing
she should be locked up, and it's amazing the lack of gratitude that someone kind and loving and nurturing took care of your child for 3-4 years. No child, I'm sure he didn't get no child support, right? He adopted the child, so there's nothing, he's not obligated to anything. But when a man wants to sign over his fucking rights, I don't want to be around that kid. I don't want to be around you either. They're not easily let loose from that obligation, huh? Is it? They can go to jail a long time, lose their licenses, take all of their checks. Sometimes it ain't even their damn kid. That's the worst part. Find out 15 years later, you've been paying all this money for a child that ain't even yours. What a world we live in. We better teach our youth, especially our boys, man. Watch where y'all planting seeds, because some of these wombs are disastrous. You do not want to, have to fight to love up on your seed, to be around your seed, to take care of your seed. It's amazing. And women don't get enough shame for this shit. Like, she should be absolute. Her sister's sitting there, like, that's her best bud. They probably went on some trips together, got some BBLs. I'm assuming a lot, and I don't care. I'm judging. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, because her sister's sitting right there. That's 2 females. This is 2 women who are supposed to, naturally love their children, naturally want to nurture children, when we obviously see this is not true. If it don't apply, let it fly. But a lot of you chicks ain't being responsible, ain't taking care of your wombs, and ain't teaching the youth under you to do a better job, to have all this information so they don't have to make a decision like that. It's foolishness. I don't want to be a mom. But 5 years later, I'm ready now. I'm ready now. And everybody who let her throw that child away is going to be like, yeah, why you want to have a child? They're fools, man. It's just crazy. The wonderful man and his partner giving up her child like that, selling a car, like she's selling a car. Yeah, I'm just gonna fill out this paperwork, just sign here and say you'll take the child and be responsible for the child. And that shit is good enough. It is. Women can do that. Men not so much. You can't write it on a tissue. I relinquish all my rights to this child here. When the woman be like, I don't want you around. And as soon as he say, okay, here, bitch, take the child in. It's like, now you're going to pay my child support. I'll make you pay. What the fuck do y'all want? Make up your mind. Shit don't make no sense. Holy shit. I'm going to be on the corners yelling at people like the Israelites and shit, because this shit, we need it. It's needed. Because there's too much foolishness going on. And you women ain't
if you see me trying to see what's up. You want to fuck with me, then I'ma have a stuff. Bitch looking bad and got a stupid butt. Jewelry on your wrist.
Ooh. All right. Let's see if we can get back to it.
Said Mrs.SheSaid talking too much. Yeah.
I don't think it's playing.
No. Why you wouldn't do me like that?
All right. Well, let's let me see what I got going on. Give me 1 second, y'all. This is Harris. This is something else. Just the audacity for me. You know, he was kind enough to take the baby, and to hear all of the stuff that she's saying. She gonna kill him. She gonna hurt this person and that person and the house, and all of that's kind of wild.
And just not even considering that this 4-year-old child loves these people. Okay, that's their daddies, whatever.
Right.
Loves these people, and you're gonna strip that child from that?
See what happens.
Different occasions that she hopes that I die. She can't wait until the day that she looks over in the casket and see me dead. I have recordings, as well as my coworker, as well as my partner has heard her. She has now said that she knows my address and that she's going to kill me. She said that I wouldn't be able to speak if they were to find my body. So once I block her, what she'll do is she'll get someone else's phone. I sent that in the text message. I sent that in the email as well, where she texted me from someone else's phone, telling me that she was going to see me as soon as she was going to kill me. She's threatened to kidnap the child. She threatened her mom to burn their house down with them in the house. Let's see. She late last year, as it pertains to the child, she was at a hotel with the child, and there was some random man in the background. And so I had to, at about midnight, end up going to the hotel to rescue the child because a completely different man, which her sister sent me the address to her job.
You show me where she's text you or play me a threat.
Wait, a man and then a different man at a hotel room?
Whores.
Painted whores.
Whores. The whores.
Why? You know, and just the behaviors, any instance that you're with this child, it's always something.
Damn.
Nobody else. You spending time with this child, be with this child. Don't have no strange men or freaking women. Because I don't trust these bitches either. They predators as well, you nasty whores. The fuck?
Damn.
Can't
Running daycare
have
centers.
children with a whore.
If it happens on your watch, you are part of the fucking problem.
God damn.
Too many women let that shit slide. Crazy. Fuck with the kids, man.
Different man, which her sister sent me the address to her job.
You show me where she's text you or play me a threat on a phone?
Oh, yes, absolutely. In the background. And so I had to, at about midnight, end up going to the hotel to rescue the child because a threatened to kidnap the child. She threatened her mom to burn their house down with them in the house. Let's see. She late last year, as it pertains to the child, she was at a hotel with the child, and there was some random man in the background. And so I had to, at about midnight, end up going to the hotel to rescue the child because a completely different man, which her sister sent me the address to her job.
You show me where she's text you or play me a threat on a phone?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then I just, for some reason, I didn't get the emails until yesterday. I didn't get the paperwork until yesterday in regards to the court date. So I didn't get to email everything over until this morning, but I did go ahead and email it over with the text messages and everything with her threatening. But hopefully you can hear this, but here is a recording.
He's about to play a voicemail from this psycho, but you notice one thing with all these courts, doesn't really matter the state. Why is it that whenever you have a case with a man versus a woman, especially when the man is the plaintiff, it seems like they try to tell them at the last minute about the court date, or they'll send mixed messages by saying that it's at one time when it's really at another time, like they're trying to sabotage the case or something. I don't know, that could be a coincidence. And then this mother is out of order. She left her daughter with this man, and although he seems like a decent person, why would you do that? And then she had her daughter with her in a hotel around some other man.
Where are you right now? At work, and if you threaten to come to my house or to kill me one more time, we're going to have a problem.
Stop. Oh my God! Okay, buddy, I'll take care of you. Oh my God! You just go find your ass. Oh my God! Let me get my child, though. And you just give me your child, though.
She said, let me speak to my child. It's not even your effing child, bro. Yeah, but why did you leave her with him for 4 years? And did you give the father the opportunity to take her instead of passing her off to a man that you're now calling a stranger?
That's fine. Well, that's fine because Detective Donnelly has everything that you said to me. Because every time you call the phone, you get disrespectful. I'm tired of you threatening my life. I'm tired of you threatening. And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do when you snap uranium? So what are you gonna do when you snap uranium? That's fine. Uranium, you've ruined your own life with the drugs, with the alcohol, with everything.
This is how she's talking to him, calling him bees and everything else, saying that he ruined her life. No, ma'am, you ruined your own life. You're the one who gave your daughter to him. He's the one who's been providing and protecting your daughter.
What do you guys think so far? The audacity, the way she's speaking to him, the things she's saying to
You
him.
in the room?
Think he deserves that?
10 o'clock.
That's crazy. Let's get to a couple of check-ins. I believe Sarah checked in.
You know how to tell
What a wonderful
time, right?
man.
What time did I just
Wow. Giving up her child
what time it is?
like
You know
selling
how
a
much
car.
time you got?
You know what I mean?
It's not
Like
10 o'clock.
really easy. Shouldn't be that easy.
Okay.
Alexander's looking. He said, wow. She was a whole lady of the evening. Wholeheartedly. Sarah checked in. She said, that pisses me off. So ungrateful. He raised your child while you abandoned them. Now you come back like you a man. Get the fuck out of here, bum.
I mean, you know,
fish.
What do you say? You hate something so much you become it. The idea of it, the script of it, right? I'll leave my kid and I'm gonna come back. Let me see my kid. Yeah.
For the last 4 years while you was out doing whatever you wanted to do.
The threat.
What was the threat?
What you gonna do when you find me right now? You're not gonna do anything. Okay, that's fine. So you know what? So that's fine. Your whole conversation is recorded, and that's fine. That's fine. This entire conversation is recorded, and my coworker is everything, and your threats again. That's fine. I'm gonna go to Sandy Springs right now and file a restraining order against you. Goodbye.
What y'all think? What do y'all think? I know what Alexander think.
Everyone's got it. Now you can got it too. The fucking audacity. Now in a can.
The audacity. Y'all let me know what y'all think on the check-in, man. This one is crazy.
Home from church, she told me that she was going to kill me. That's when she told me that she had my address, that she was going to kill me. Her mother has heard all of this as well. Let's see, there was a text message. So when I blocked her from her telephone number, she then started messaging me from someone else's iCloud, acting like she was the child's father. But what she does not know is that the child's father has reached out to me, and I've had my own conversations with him where he's not aware of anything. Yes, I do. I have his contact information.
Stop arguing with each other. Stop arguing with each other. Go ahead, sir.
So I have his contact information as well. He didn't know that any of this was going on. Let me see what else.
And that's what I've been wondering the whole time. How was there an adoption pending when the father was not involved? It sounds like this witch was already alienating the father. She didn't want her, but she also didn't want the father to have her. So she gave her to somebody that she was close with at the time, somebody she saw as her friend. And then she went around signing papers as if the father had nothing to do with it and she didn't need his permission for anything. Why? Because she believed that she owned the child and she could do whatever she wants. That's why she would leave her daughter for 4 years and then come back and try to pick her up.
God damn.
Absolutely, that's women's mindset. Absolutely.
That girl doing a
Damn
good job.
shame.
She summed that up pretty good.
Yeah. The audacity.
The goddamn.
And I always say that, like, how dare women just give their children up, you
It's
know?
popping.
And they do it a lot. You know how many times the father doesn't know that there's a child that's his and it's been placed for adoption or foster care or just given away? And the father don't know, right? Because if I can't have him, you can't have him.
God damn.
Right?
Shout out to Culture Invasion Podcast on the check-in. Fair use, like my lady named Lady Navoa said. Make sure you flash that every now and again. We on it, Lady Navoa. This one is wild though, and she's not liking what she's hearing.
No, she didn't like that he said he's in contact with the damn daddy. That's what she didn't like. She was kind of, she don't like none of it, but she showed it. As soon as he said it, I speak to the father. What she don't know is, she's like, yeah, because you're wrong. Did that man know you was giving his baby to some stranger?
Everyone's got it. Now you can got it too. The fucking audacity. Now in a can.
Mm-hmm. And can come back at any time.
I had a conversation with him. I did end up going to she's called the police on me twice and lied to the police and told them that I kidnapped her. And so she tried to file a false Amber Alert on me. And they told her if she files another false report, tries to file another false report on me, that she will be held for that. But it's constantly, she will call my phone, like the last time, that's in the emails as well. She'll call my phone 30 times within a matter of an hour. And when I'm at work, she'll just continuously call. Again, on that, I think it was that Tuesday, my coworker, Ainsley, who's on here as well, just sat in the room with me as I recorded that call and told her that I was recording the call. I heard her tell me that she was going to kill me. You know, and it's getting to a point now, even if I don't know if she really has my address or not, but with you threatening my life at this point, I've now had to get a protection dog. My partner and I have considered getting a license to carry because I don't know what she's capable of.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The conscious decision she made.
She's doing a lot, yo.
Because she wasn't on no drugs or nothing. She just wanted to have a hot girl life.
But at this point, you know, I could deal with, you know, I hope you die and different things like that. But at this point, with you telling me that you're going to kill me and you're going to have someone find me and y'all are going to come and kill me, it's becoming an issue now.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Ponte. I'll hear from you.
Sorry, Your Honor. It started when I was incarcerated in 2017, and my mother had made me aware that my daughter had a UTI and that I needed to sign something, but due to her real biological father not being in my life and me not even knowing Nigel Brinkley at all, I never even knew him, said that he was going to help me and that I needed to start a temporary.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold
Wait a
on.
minute. Wait a motherfucker. And so now we just giving our babies away to strangers?
She said she didn't know the father, not even nothing about him. So
Who's Nigel? Is this man Nigel or Nigel's the daddy?
That's
okay,
the
so
daddy.
that's not Nigel. Okay.
And she's saying that the father wasn't in my life. She said she didn't say the baby's life. She said my life.
Your mother was a whore. My mother was a whore. Your whore mother!
Yeah.
Right, Alexander. What? Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Ponte. I'll hear from you.
Sorry, Your Honor. It started when I was incarcerated in 2017, and my mother had made me aware that my daughter had a UTI and that I needed to sign something, but due to her real biological father not being in my life and me not even knowing Nigel Brinkley at all, I never even knew.
So she signed her baby over to somebody she never even
knew, right?
Yeah, that is says something. I think that says Brinkley at the top. Wow.
him, said that he was going to help me and that I needed to start a temporary custody until I was released from jail, which was a week later. After that, it skyrocketed into him, oh, I'll help you, and I got this, and I'll put her in daycare, to completely no conversation, no visitation. So I was back and forth from Chicago and Georgia trying to get myself together. Honestly, that is the truth.
It's unique. Oh man, yeah, of course, I was back and forth from Chicago, wherever. You wouldn't care about that baby. You think you could just pop up anytime, any place, anywhere? We don't want them in the
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
The women can do it all day, huh? Be a victim, pop in and out of the kid's life, and don't be shamed or blamed for it. Everything is just acceptable. Whatever excuses they got, it's just, plausible, and, we better believe them. And they better have whatever.
I know what she was doing. I know.
Can't have children with a whore.
She was out.
You gave me the ooshkash gooshmash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf. The smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the ooshkash muash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the ooshkash muash.
That goose gosh moowash.
That's
Absolutely.
what she was doing out there in them
Doing
streets.
a lot of that.
She's gobble squabble swabble, giving the bop, shoop up, bop, do ya bop, I do, yeah.
Am I lying, y'all?
She was doing that ooska.
Am I lying?
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
I know what she was doing out there.
Shame. Shit. It's a shame.
Myself together, so now that I get my child back, he's like, oh, I spent all this time with her. You're not getting her back just like that. I don't care if you got it together. It came back to last year. I'm like, okay, well, you're not answering my phone calls. That's a problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her?
Mrs. Harris, you want to take that one?
Bitch, because you signed over your rights.
Right.
And, and most people, it's unhealthy to allow anyone to pop in and out of a child's life when they want to. It is unhealthy to do that. Make false promises, and now they got this whole mommy thing going on. You don't know how depressing that's going to be when you don't call, when you don't come by, when you go back to your town and don't come back for 3 months and 4 years. This shit crazy.
Alexander said, "Her roses smell like ooh, 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 ooh. Her roses really smell like ooh, 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 ooh." God.
Watch where you plant them seeds, gentlemen.
Utterly disgusting. Shout out to Culture Invasion Podcast.
Welcome.
In. Appreciate you pulling up and pulling in for coffee and cappuccino. What you sipping on? Hopefully something warm. She's wild. She deserves to be in a 6x8 swapping crumb cakes for cigarettes with Big Bertha. You get them little Debbie cakes. Little Debbie cakes.
Crazy how women, throw all these claims of them being just treated so bad. Threatened.
Street giving up.
Yeah, a lot of this, man. Ladies is crazy.
A problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her? You're not going to see her. I never knew where.
One thing I forgot is this is what a lot of people in the space talk to in regards to men and relationships and dealing with a woman that has a child, because sometimes people form bonds.
Absolutely.
And then when the mother feels it's appropriate or opportunistic or whatever she deems, she strips that bond away. And like, they just alluded to in this, that baby been with this man. and you just gonna come in and want to snatch her away. You don't think that's gonna affect her? But like she said, her father never been in my life. It's not about the child. It's about her. She could care less about that child.
It came back to last year. I'm like, okay, well, you're not answering my phone calls. That's a problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her? You got it together. It came back to last year. I'm like, okay, well, you're not answering my phone calls. That's a problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her? And if I was getting myself together so now that I can get my child back, he's like, oh, I spent all this time with her. You're not getting her back just like that. I don't care if you got it together. It came back to last year. I'm like, okay, well, you're not answering my phone calls. That's a problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her? You're not going to see her. I never knew where her school was. I never knew her doctor. I never even knew where Nigel Brinkley lived. Not once have I ever knew. I still to this day do not know. He served me. I just moved into my apartment. How did he find my address? I've been open. So with him talking about my mom, I think him and my mom made an agreement upon themselves that I signed my rights over when we went to UPS in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And it was written out in paper that says that I give temporary custody to Nigel Brinkley until I was released out of jail. We never went to court. Nothing was stamped. None of that. After that, I tried to believe that he had the best interest between me and my daughter, but it was not like that. Constantly being blocked, not being able to see her on her birthday, not being able to see her on Mother's Day, Christmas. I had her for like 5 seconds. Him and his partner was so guarded over her.
Okay, so all I'm curious about, ma'am, is all this going back and forth where you've been calling him and doing all this. That's what I'm concerned about. As far as the
ma'am, I have no whereabouts of my child. So yes, as a mama, I'm gonna get, out of character in the sense of me not even knowing where she is.
Out of character? Ma'am, you have no character. You left your daughter with a man that you just said out of your own mouth was a complete stranger to you.
I can't even hear her voice. That's a problem. And for you to be helping, is that helping or hindering? You're saying, it says, and then that I tried to force her to have a relationship, but yet you keeping me on block. How are you forcing me to have a relationship? Why would you have to force the mother who wants to be there? That's where all this phone calls and everything. If I knew where he was, then he would have a reason to say, oh, she's been to my house and she wants.
Okay, ma'am. What about the recording I just listened to?
Yes, ma'am. What about it?
I mean, what was all that about?
It was basically about him. I've been telling him for years, I want my child back. And he's been telling me, oh, you're not even a mom. I'm adopting her.
Ma'am, why don't you get in touch with the person he says that represents him? Get in touch with the lawyer.
I didn't think it was going to go this far. He's really taking it farther than I even expected.
Yeah, he's really taking this seriously. More serious than some biological fathers in the same situation. And one of the reasons is because you can't scare him with the same tactics. You can't control him with the threat of child support because he's not the bio father. He's trying to adopt the child. He's already been taking care of her. She thought she was going to get her way by calling the police. Well, this guy was smart and he already made her sign papers. So whenever the police showed up, he can show them, hey, I'm the one that's supposed to have this child. So now she's thinking that she's going to be able to just yell and scream her way through it like she normally would with her baby daddy, but it's not working and he's not going for it. He's basically saying, I've had your daughter for 4 years. If you want her back, we're going to have to go through the process to get her back. And calling the police, kicking, yelling, and screaming is not the process.
Absolutely. Just Tuesday, we gave some tips on tantrums, the stage of tantrums for children.
Indeed.
Grown people have tantrums, more so women. And if you don't learn to control that early with your daughters, they'll grow into grown women and behave the same way. A tantrum is not going to get your daughters back. Like, you legally did something.
Yeah.
And you want to reverse it, screaming and having a fit just because you are biologically pushed the child out. Yeah, it means nothing. Sorry. And Sarah had compared this situation to Losing Isaiah, if anybody's ever seen that one. Halle Berry's first lead roles. It was awesome. Shout out to Halle Berry. It was a great reflection for me as a young person watching that, never wanting to be in a situation like that. So again, another reason to stay away from drugs, right? Like, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Indeed.
You know? But it was a different situation. This young girl was not on drugs. She just wanted to have a city girl life.
She did.
So, you know, she was in a right state of mind. And now you think you acting crazy is going to get you to get your baby back. I mean, it's actually making you look worse. You're not a good parent. Why would we hand this child over to you? So the judge is going to question that. But there is a process. You're going to have to go through a process. They have to have some type of visitation where there's an advocate there that's paying attention to what's happening, you know, however it's going to go. So she better hope she got a clean record and she do got her shit together, because it might be hard.
Indeed. Good luck to her.
Their attitude ain't going to get you nowhere either with the judge.
I got one more before we get out of here, y'all. I got one more before we get out of here. And let me see.
Culture Invasion said it. She is not equipped for this mission. And I have to say that. A lot of females are not. A lot of y'all are not equipped for this mission, this mother mission. Okay? It is an alien space creation to your body, your mind. It is a lifetime. And y'all need to be equipped with all of it, because you would never sign over your rights to anybody. And you would absolutely consider the person that created that seed logically.
Indeed.
And do best in your power to make sure that relationship is bonded, so this child can have that other person as well as you, because you are not enough. Ladies, mothers, you are not enough.
You're not lying. I mean, just, you know, again, me, the realist that I am, you know, hearing the conversations that you have, the information that you and sis try to bring, just gives me a whole different view that you guys, you know, have a minus sign in regards to your body when it comes to your looks, attraction, all of these things they say that fade with age. For some women, they get better with age. So kudos to all of y'all amazing older women. But every period you guys have, that's one egg leaving your body.
Absolutely.
And then you said something that was very, you know, pivotal today, that some people take birth control and just block all of that up, so they don't even know how many is left until menopause and so on and so forth. So the knowledge, the consciousness that you should have, you know, to having these babies before you just spit out that you carry them for 9 months and you have them, because, you know, again, the natural childbirth rate, so on and so forth. It's a conversation to have. So like you guys say, everybody that, you know, pushes a baby out is not a mother. And a lot of these instances we see, you know, a lot of women unstable in these courtrooms. This is a very, you know, pivotal place to be acting in this behavior. And, you know, I don't focus on showing men, because we get the book thrown right at us. It's really cut and dry. You're not going to be here, warrant.
I mean,
contempt.
they have the court officers treat them a little bit more harshly. Seen it in real court. Had to sit in court a lot.
It's a lot more informative for the ladies, a lot more, you know, lenient and you know, the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely. More of an opportunity to teach.
It's a shaming. You know, you should have known, you know, especially a repeat person. Yeah, they don't play that. Nah.
So yeah, I got one more before we get out of here. I hope y'all liking the content. Hit the like button, subscribe button, share, tell a friend. How heartbreaking for the man who has raised a child. I can't even imagine. It says, fact, she gotta majorly have it together for just a chance. Being gone 4 years. Now you ready? I'm like, who gets that kind of time? Nobody, neither should she. It's over, been over.
You have many women in this, you know, society who kind of has this script that these men do this, you know. But when I hear a lot of women, and I speak to a lot of majorities women and the women on these panels, y'all had y'all daddies. Where y'all getting this from? That these daddies just leave, they don't want their kids and stuff. I'm so confused. You have to distinguish the difference between a man not wanting you no more or for a lifetime versus that man wanting his child.
Indeed.
It's not about your ass.
Indeed.
His seed is his seed, and he should have a right to it.
Damn.
The hell? I just say, gentlemen, make sure it's your seed. That. I
Marcus
that
Evans
test.
is on the check-in. He said, like, subscribe, and share.
I better start getting them tests in the womb.
Before we get to the last one, let's take another break from the monotony. And this time I'm going to use Steve Harvey.
We black out here.
You Africans all alike. Crazy.
We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want.
He own you. He can do anything he want with you. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
I've been scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my meaning?
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for
God damn.
Who out here listening to Steve Harvey?
That nigga need to sit
down. On Urel, and then Miss Urel, I believe I gave you instructions about remaining stationary, but I may not have. So I need you to be stationary. I need you to be seated in an upright position and ready to attend court. I cannot walk around on your camera. You're standing at the podium right now. We're standing at the podium. Yeah, I'm frustrated too. Can you put your head up, take your hands off your eyes, and let's pretend that we're in court. If we can't pretend that we're in court physically, then we shall be in court physically. So we either have to pretend that we're there and act as if we're there, or we shall be there. We shall actually be there in person, standing at that podium. This is case number 224557001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sierra Renee Urel. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ruder on behalf of the people.
For the record, Your Honor, Joseph Pernicano, P84918, appearing on behalf of Sierra Urel.
Ms. Urel, please unmute and state your name.
Sierra Urel.
What's your middle name, please?
Renee.
Do we need an adjournment, counsel? Or I don't know, it seems like your client is quite frustrated for some reason unknown to me. We just called the case, like we literally only called the case.
Sierra Renee Urel.
I was talking to counsel. Counsel,
yes,
did we need adjournment? Did you need to talk to your client? I'm not real sure. How are you proceeding today? Because I'm not going to proceed like with hostility. That's how stuff go left, and then stuff goes left. Sometimes it's just better to be in person, because then people they I don't know, they act a little better, maybe they act a little less hostile. I don't know, counsel, but how are we proceeding today? Because
yo, the disrespect, fam.
I need you in front of me.
Like,
and they in front of you, they show a little bit more respect because they know you can clang them and take their ass to the back. Tim.
Shit, Johnny Blaze.
That's so disrespectful.
He said, God damn, son.
Alexander, they be in the bed in court.
They stay assaulting too. You're right, Mr. He said. They do stay assaulting people. Is she in a robe in court?
Yeah, but they think they're on a Zoom, so they it should be okay.
Oh my God, this one is a pure disaster. The defendant is weird and mental. Let's go.
No self-control. It's amazing.
Them people never know how to act.
Your Honor. She don't play. You're gonna act right in my court. And that's what she's saying. You know, all this Zoom stuff, we need to have y'all in here. It's having you in front of me, you may act a little bit more respectful.
Maybe. Sarah said, wow, it's your fault you're there. Should be mad at yourself.
That's the part. You should be mad at
She got
yourself.
attitude.
Mad at the judge and everybody else, and you wasting our time. Honestly, the fuck we
And
paying
our
for this
tax
court
dollars,
shit.
exactly.
We paying for your ass to sit up here because you assaulted somebody.
Voice is
Keep your damn hands to yourself.
The voice is
Her voice is
thick.
thick. The audacity.
Oh.
Holy crap.
What's your middle name, please?
Renee.
Do we need an adjournment, counsel? Or I don't know, it seems like your client is quite frustrated for some reason unknown to me. We just called the case, like we literally only called the case.
Sierra Renee, your room.
I was talking to counsel.
Wow.
Renee usually act like that.
Renee.
What's
up with all that attitude?
What neighbors was shouting. Right.
She said, yo, counsel, what's up with her? I'm all right. I'm good. I was talking to counsel. You all over the place, Miss Renee.
Wow. Well, she thought she would say it again in a nicer way.
Well, let me tell you about this honey named Renee that I met one day.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Counsel,
Yes,
did we need adjournment? Did you need to talk to your client? I'm not real sure. How are you proceeding today? Because I'm not going to proceed like with hostility. That's how stuff go left, and then stuff goes left. Sometimes it's just better to be in person because then people, I don't know, they act a little better. Maybe they act a little less hostile. I don't know, counsel, but how are we proceeding today? Because
is it possible for me to have a breakout room with Miss Urel? If not, then we would ask for an adjournment for an in-person hearing.
You can have a break.
Yo, that breakout room is no joke, boy.
Yeah.
I like to be a fly on the wall in the breakout room.
I mean, when the kids
You can go.
When the kids had the virtual school, they had breakout rooms. They would split class, and, maybe they would take 6 or 7 and the other ones would have to wait. So we would be over there lollygagging. I'm always in there with the kids. So I kind of made sure that was going on. But it was really like them being in a whole separate space by themselves, and they knew that.
They need it. They need
right.
it. I mean, they know electronically too. That's why we
not
got
allow them to be
social,
like So always having to come in and be an advocate for the kids. So.
Breakout with her. Did you know you can have a breakout with your client for sure, and then that'll also give Mr. Haddad an opportunity now to talk to the prosecutor because he wanted to talk to the prosecutor. Did you know how you were proceeding with respect to your client, or you?
I lost contact.
Let me just let you talk to her. Okay, that sounds good. I'll let you talk to her. Oh, I think my clerk had told me that somebody wanted to do that with their client. All right, I'm going to send you. Okay, I'll send you and your client to breakout room number 15. Okay, I'm ready on Urel. This is case number 224557001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sierra Renee Urel. Oh, this is a recall because I called it before. Okay, counsel, you've had an opportunity to speak with your client. How do you wish to proceed?
Yes, Judge. At this time, would you entertain a motion to withdraw?
I guess so.
Judge, there has been a
Go ahead.
May proceed. Thank you. There has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship. We have fundamental differences regarding our understanding of the facts in this case, as well as the application of the law to the facts.
Wait a minute. Mrs. Harris said, hold up. Pause it. Pause it.
That bitch is delusional. God damn it.
She said,
God
hold up.
damn.
Wait, they don't.
We said we having a breakdown of fundamental facts. Shit. Y'all don't like facts. It's real.
You think I was lying when I said?
I mean, I used to get offended.
that-
This is why I'm sitting here saying it. You know, I own up, I own up to my shits. But ladies, we don't like that fact shit sometimes. Because it takes away from the illusion we want to live in. But it turns into delusion. This is good. That was pivotal, man. Shit. You had something to say on top of that.
You got it.
Lord.
With her, did you know you can have a breakout with your client for sure, and then that'll also give Mr. Haddad an opportunity now to talk to the prosecutor because he wanted to talk to the prosecutor. Did you know how you were proceeding with respect to your client, or you?
I lost contact.
Let me just let you talk to her. Okay, that sounds good. I'll let you talk to her. Oh, I think my clerk had told me that somebody wanted to do that with their client. All right, I'm going to send you. Okay, I'll send you and your client to breakout room number 15. Okay, I'm ready on Urel. This is case number 224557001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sierra Renee Urel. Oh, this is a recall because I called it before. Okay, counsel, you've had an opportunity to speak with your client. How do you wish to proceed?
Yes, Judge. At this time, would you entertain a motion to withdraw?
I guess so.
Judge, there has been a
Go ahead.
May I proceed? Thank you. There has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship. We have fundamental differences.
He just reminded me of what I was going to say. A breakdown in attorney-client relationships. I told you they can't keep relationships. Not just with their romantic mans, none. With their social workers, with their case workers, with their lawyers. The only relationship they could keep is with DoorDash. They agree to all the terms and conditions and abide by all the rules, the extra tips. Yes, they do. They do it. And their relationship with DoorDash been going on for years, consistently. They ain't cooked. Check when they first started to log on to DoorDash. I bet you it's 2021. 2-3 years going strong, but can't keep a relationship, not even with their lawyer.
I mean, in a marriage, you know, and even in a relationship, ladies claim to be the best detective, so it should make you a great lawyer, right? Yeah, and learn.
Regarding our understanding of the facts in this case, as well as the application of the law to the facts. Based on that, I would motion to withdraw at this time, again, as there has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship.
And Ms. Urel, do you agree with that assessment by your counsel?
I guess.
Okay, I guess. And then counsel, you were retained, correct?
Yeah, I guess.
No, Judge, I am appointed on this matter.
Oh, okay. You're appointed.
Yes, Judge.
So does that mean that, let me get Ms. Stevenson. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Ms. Ritter, can you join me and Ms. Stevenson in breakout room number 1? And then counsel, I may need.
This is wild.
So he was appointed. Okay, so she had one already.
That relationship didn't work out.
Y'all didn't know that.
Wait, too soon? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't get too many. Like
they get as many as they want. What are you talking about? They just manifest the next one. Child, manifest it. Emotional issues prevent him from doing his job. You mean like getting reality through to her? The facts.
A lack of comprehension.
He was appointed to her. She don't have a lawyer now.
Great.
Coach and Vision podcast. I assume they can't agree how to proceed with the case.
She knows better. What are you talking about? Her way is right. She's the lawyer. The hell?
Give me a moment. Miss Ritter,
Yes, Judge.
me and Miss Stevenson in breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had an opportunity. I was trying to figure out, after you said you were appointed counsel, I was trying to figure out why you would have been appointed, because we have, defender's office. And so that's why I went in to speak with Miss Stevenson. And then she brought it back to my remembrance. So I'm getting ready to say this to Miss Sherelle. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be representing yourself, because Mr. Pernicano is the second lawyer that I've had appointed to you. Miss Urell, I need you to look at me, because you're looking up in the ceiling. So this Mr. Pernicano is the second lawyer that I've had appointed to you. And the only way that we do apple picking when it comes to picking lawyers is when we hire our own lawyers. So when you hire your own lawyer, then you get to decide what lawyer you want. You get your lawyer.
Ain't that something? Again, more of our money, taxpayer money, for a legal aid, public defender.
For them to come in and treat them like
she is like, yeah, you fired. She thinks she goes from power. You fired. You fired.
I want a new lawyer.
I don't get along with him. I want a new lawyer.
Everyone's got it. Now you can got it too. The fucking audacity. Now in a can.
Lawyer of your choosing. And then I was reminded that your mouth was foul when it came to your lawyer. And people don't have to put up with people being disrespectful and rude and whatever.
Where's she looking now?
Don't hear that? Somebody done told her it was okay to be disrespectful and rude. Women are not sugar and spice and everything nice no more. And you can still be that and be tough and whore.
Remember?
Damn,
no nonsense.
They like,
please,
Nikki, don't do it.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck. Bitch looking bad and got a stupid butt. Jewelry on your wrist, fucking hold it up.
Line that up. Lord.
My problem is they don't even differentiate, and again, they emulate it to the women in the street, the electronic women, they don't know when to differentiate, when you want to have a serious conversation, when it's esteemed guests up there. Might be a pastor in the room, might be somebody of another ethnicity in the room, might be somebody from another country in the room. Don't know when to act like a grown-up, always acting like a child. And that's what I was saying before is electronically, we got ways to time people out, like children, like the breakout room. Put them in the breakout room. Like, just time them out, hide them, put them in the abyss, let them just keep typing like they a part of everything and they just typing into space. But it's a breakout room needed for these people that behave like children. And again,
It's
I don't
like
know where
timeout
she
for
looking.
kids.
Where was she even looking at? She's
I mean,
all
she don't wanna look
everywhere.
there because respect is looking somebody in their eyes. Yeah.
And again, if we think we're going to get something different as regular people, when judges, police officers, husbands, the father of their children can't get respect from them, it's an
not a
uphill battle.
win-win. Yeah. So don't fight with it. That's hopefully we see this. Like, gentlemen, it's exciting and fun, just like the ladies. That B-boy shit is exciting and fun.
Right.
A little while, but for the long haul, you got to think about the future. Got to think about where them seeds is going to be dropped. The worst decision you can make is picking the wrong baby mother or baby father. Consider that.
I heard that shit.
Protect your seed.
Protect your
Protect
neck.
your egg.
Protect yourself.
And
Before
your
you wreck
goddamn
yourself.
standards. Shit.
Of your choosing. And then I was reminded that your mouth was foul when it came to your lawyer. And people don't have to put up with people being disrespectful and rude and whatever. Again, you're looking up in the ceiling. And I'm trying to be patient this morning. People don't have to put up with being cursed at when they're trying to represent you. People don't. And I think you just cursed at me because I'm good at reading.
No, I did not. You're just trying to start something. I did not just curse at you.
Said I'm trying to start something, girl. Who you talking to?
You need to be right. Come on, Judge. I like that. She sounded like she was ready to call her out to the street. Who you think you doing?
Right? She had that high infliction.
Absolutely. Who you said what? She got defensive real quick with the judge. You ain't supposed to do that, even if you
The judge,
if they was in the courtrooms, like she bucked up at her. You know what I mean? One of those. Do that to your mother if you want to.
That was that wholesome debauchery. Talk about it. Talk about it, culture invasion.
If you starting with me, wait, are we in kindergarten?
Your mouth always get them in freaking trouble.
It's zipping.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. There's somebody else should have told you this.
Shout out to Mona. You ain't never lied, Alexander. You ain't never lied. Bro, you just annoyed and undisciplined. Y'all shooting from 3. Who's she talking to? Brought the hood out the judge.
Telling him.
Judge went cold red. Judge straight from PG County somewhere.
Red. Who you? And she sound like most people, right? When they say, "Man, you wouldn't be talking like that if you was right in front of my face."
Real life. And that's actual, in fact. A judge, though, that's really what stands out for me is because for us, even as men, we understand that judge can hit you with something.
Right.
Like I get it, and some men, have that spirit in them. Fuck you, judge. And you've seen that.
You seen that.
Give me what you what you got today. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, they eat it like it's a sandwich. But everybody behaving like that nowadays. We got, 98-pound ladies.
It's a luxury. You don't have to worry about no bills. They feed you. They might take care of your teeth. You'll find out you got some prostate issues. You can get your meds. And then you got Cashapp still. They can smuggle in phones and drugs and shit, It's a goddamn party. Because there's no way you're going to spend any amount of time there and keep going back. That shit. They be in there.
And I'm trying to be patient this morning. People don't have to put up with being cursed at when they're trying to represent you. People don't. And I think you just cursed at me because I'm good at reading.
No, I did not. You're just trying to start something. I did not just curse at you.
You said I'm trying to start something, girl. Who you talking to?
Look at you. You're being rude right now. I'm not even being rude to you. You've been rude all morning. I haven't even been rude to you.
My level best. I've tried my level best. And then she just had the nerve to say I've been rude all morning. She just said I've been rude all morning. I mean, that is so hilariously funny. I can't even put that to words. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to all just come on in downtown. And then I won't even.
Wait a minute.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you?
It's overwhelming.
I'll tell you this. Everybody need to come downtown. Don't playing that shit no more.
Now.
You thought it was a joke. You're going to get out that bathrobe and get your shit together, act like you respectable. That shit crazy. You here because yourself.
And then change reality. The judge been rude all morning.
Facts hurt.
Just curse at you.
You said I'm trying to start something, girl. Who you talking to?
Look at you. You're being rude right now. I'm not even being rude to you. You've been rude all morning. I haven't even been rude to you.
My level best. I've tried my level best. And then she just had the nerve to say I've been rude all morning. She just said I've been rude all morning. I mean, that is so hilariously funny. I can't even put that to words. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to all just come on in downtown. And then I won't even have to read lips. I won't have to. I mean, I've literally not. She said I've been rude all morning. I've literally not said anything about the fact.
I just tell you what you said.
I've literally not said anything about the fact that Miss Urell is like literally in the bed. I've not even addressed the fact that she's in the bed. And she said I've been rude all morning. And then thankfully, I don't care if you're sitting up. It is inappropriate to come to court sitting up, laying down, sitting over the bed. I don't care if you're sitting up. I know you're sitting up. I can clearly see with my eyes that you are sitting up because contrary to popular, to your belief, because not popular belief, I'm very intelligent. I can see that you're sitting up in the bed. What I also know is that you have been rude and you cannot maintain a lawyer. I'm not inclined. So here's the situation we find ourselves in right now as you keep on talking, right? And the only reason that we can't hear you and it's not a disruption currently to the record is because you were on mute. And in this moment, the court is not going to allow you to unmute yourself. So here's the situation. I don't have to keep giving you a lawyer. You're confused in your thinking. I have given you 2 lawyers free. I've given them to you. I've provided them as according to what the law requires. And this is the second lawyer that the court has provided for you that wants to withdraw. It's the second lawyer. So here's the situation. I'm going to allow counsel to withdraw. And then Miss Urell is going to have to try to get her some more counsel.
What you guys think so far?
Keep
Mrs.
praying.
Harris, what do you think so
The shame,
far?
the shame.
Wait a minute. No, she didn't say it.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Anybody showing that? Facts. Your behavior.
Shout out to Hink checking in. What's poppin', Hink? Hope you're doing well, my brother. Amazing show you did yesterday on home improvement, man. That was dope. I was checking in from the clouds. I had some house stuff that I was getting done, but appreciate the info, appreciate the knowledge. Always jumping into something dope, man. So keep doing what you do, Hink, on the check-in. Y'all show some love to Hink on the check-in. Positive brother, good brother.
Grown woman, pitiful.
She's wild.
Pitiful.
Both hands tatted. Talk about it. Come on, culture.
I'll tell her the judge.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, in bed, even on Zoom.
Changing reality.
Table to that. No.
You muted that. Judge got the power. She said,
And then they mad because they, you know, a lot of people believe that because of their circumstances, because of what they went through, you know, whatever excuses you got should excuse your behavior. And it does not.
It doesn't.
It does not. And if you was taught that as a damn child, we wouldn't grow up to adults and act like that shit, you know, ain't gonna get you in trouble. There's consequences behind your behavior. And as an adult, you need to understand that. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, adult judge. Facts. Yes, you just don't want to hear the facts. Where's her respect for court? No. Oh, it's in jail
where she only learned, we hope. It's where her ass needs to be.
Some get there and it boosts their ego. A lot of them come home to foolish ass families who champion this shit. They come home to parties and block parties, and you know, somebody willing to get them a stack of dollars, maybe even a car, you know, a job possibly, or a stack to run right back in the hood. Like, come on.
And consideration, constant consideration.
Absolutely.
You know, so-and-so just came home. He been home for about 6 months. You know, he been home about a year now. God damn, how you so in tune with this nigga? You don't know how long it's been since this nigga came home from college? How long ago he got out of college? I don't know. I think he came home maybe around summertime. But again, just the accolades, the praise, the priority that it gets, you know,
and it's a double
needs
standard.
to be checked.
The male prisons are full on visitation day. The boy detention centers, full. The women, not so much. Not so much.
Had to get her own counsel. Or Miss Sherelle is going to have to represent herself. I will talk to the Michigan Indigent Defense Council office and see if they're willing to appoint one more lawyer for Miss Sherelle. And I believe the answer may be no, because what we're not going to do is keep appointing lawyers for Miss Sherelle to curse out or be rude to or decide that she knows best on how to do the case. That sounds like Miss Sherelle needs to represent herself because she believes that she knows best how to do that. So we're going to come in person. Mr. Flanagan, we'll talk about it after the docket, but Miss Sherelle needs to try to see if she can hire her own lawyer. If the MIDC appoints another lawyer to this case, and let me just let the record reflect. I know it can only be reflected in the video as opposed to in the verbal record because Miss Sherelle is on mute. She is slamming her hands together. She is continuously talking while the court is talking. She is slamming her hands together. She now has her hands on her head, you know, and it's just inappropriate. So we're going.
Do y'all see this? Mrs. Harris,
She wouldn't be acting like that in court. And if
You
she
see
would,
the
they
way
would
this
have been
girl is behaving.
cuffed her ass and took her in the back. You know? The reality
Do y'all see how this young woman is
is
behaving?
gone. And that court date, she might not show up. You know, it'll be a bench warrant sent out for her. Like, this is the type of person that will probably not show up just because they know that they're going to be held in contempt.
Hey, little kids don't follow these dope habits.
Don't follow these dopes.
Do that shit that she doing. She's wild.
No. I mean, and sometimes, you know, especially what you get yourself into, it's definitely an agenda to keep a young Black woman in jail so that her womb can rot. Honestly, you know, the longer they keep you in jail, you know, the less chance it is for you to produce some seeds. Like, y'all don't even understand the agenda. Some young women were sitting behind bars for years for simple offenses, you know, things they may have been coerced into doing, just not having good legal aid, and, you know, maybe not even being there, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, following some dumb nigga, you know, any of those situations, not making excuses, but it's a lot over the last, you know, years, whatever the case may be. And they sitting there and rot.
Talk about it.
Well, we have women out here mishandling their damn wombs. I don't think they understand the realistic responsibility of us as humans. And that's what's scary to me, the lack of understanding of us as humans, like the life cycle, the basics. What we kind of meant here for. We're so selfish. We're deterring from that. We're negating it altogether. You know, women have no care, no nurture. You know, so if you find you one, man, hold her dear, because we're very rare. Shit.
I can't disagree with you, but yeah, I'm just gonna incorporate a new segment into the show called Let Him Cook, and just let him cook. Damn, William.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
He was cooking.
Yeah, does TV influence reality, or is our reality influencing?
That's art, right? Art
Either way, it's all
life, life imitate art.
These
God
single women.
damn. Shit.
Girlfriend.
That was
just their whole series was amazing, you
20
know,
years
and it was produced by white men. That's the amazing part. And these Black women championed these personalities, these depictions of us. And, you know, a lot of women have these characteristics, and they were not of the best quality.
Yeah.
So let him cook, because he was cooking.
He was.
You know?
Alexander said, let him cook, baby.
Hurts.
Yes,
She
man.
was crazy. But imagine how many women, you know, grew up watching that, and they didn't know how to
Absolutely.
watch TV.
Absolutely.
You know, without taking on and mimicking, you know, their lifestyles, or being inspired by their shit.
Stockholm syndrome and taking on their problem, adopting their scenarios. Again, you know, for a quick second, let's take this away. Yesterday, we had a little movie moment real quick.
I done seen some stuff.
Right, the missus seen pretty much everything.
I can't believe. And he said,
I had it in my head that she showed it to me, like, you
said,
don't remember this movie?
I'm like,
and she was like, nah. So, you know, we got past that. But it was The Burning Bed back in the 80s.
Oh, The Burning Bed.
And I'm glad you put that up there, Culture Invasion.
You right on.
Hollywood Trauma Bond and Color Purple Syndrome. Before The Color Purple was The Burning Bed. And that was, who was that? Farrah Fawcett.
She was the only the famous one.
Yeah, she was the lead actress.
Too. Yeah. I can't think of her name.
A bunch of them, a couple of them. The father.
77, my birth year. That's when that movie.
And she ended up, you know, burning him up in the bed. But the movie itself. And the missus was like, wow. And I'm asking her, like, is this, you know, the man that they all put in their head that they create by the end of their sentence, that, you know, he's beating her and, you know, not letting her go to school and not letting her work and just, you know, beating her just because it's Tuesday. The kids is getting used to it. Like, it was crazy. And,
it was crazy.
And like Girlfriends,
You
this
ain't
is all
seen it.
20, 30 years ago, missus.
Yeah. I mean, that one.
And to
47 years ago. So the image, you know, again, we have all been influenced by the white people's movement. You know, from the magazines we would pick up with, you know, how they moved in, like all of it. We've absolutely been doing straightening our hair.
Stockholm syndrome.
I mean, you know, instead of saying, what? We got an opportunity to get our own little piece of country and get the fuck out of here. We ain't take it.
Yeah, we didn't want that. We didn't want
No. So we still here. Yeah, and it all influenced us. You know, we're very easily influenced by media. You know, before TV, it was radio. Our families that was like the epitome of time with family. You know, you throw on a boxing match and all of that, and you're listening. You couldn't watch it; you had to listen. You know, so here comes TV. Now we get to see it. You're like, holy shit, right? So you're thinking to yourself, in order for them to come up with this stuff, they had to have lived it, right? To some degree, right? It got to be real. Somebody lived that, you know, and that might be me. Got this dreamboat man.
But yep, she sat down, watched it. It was something, hour and a half or so. So if y'all got a couple of minutes, check it out, from the 80s, The Burning Bed. It would be a great conversation, and you know, it created that narrative.
Oh wow, the long-standing man is bad narrative, sleeping with the enemy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Person in 2 weeks, and we're going to see if we can get another lawyer to do the case, and if not, that's fine too. Miss Urell, today is the January 17th. We're going to come January 31st in person. So we're going to set this in person at 9:02. Council, you are let the record reflect that Ms. Urell does have her hand up, and I am going to allow for her to unmute, but I'm going to state in advance and for the record that if you are rude, if you are yelling, if you are anything other than, and then let the record reflect that she is also sent directly to me, which is inappropriate, right? She has sent a chat saying, so I'm trying to figure out, you just not go, let me say none, N-U-N. So that's what's in the chat. So let me just indicate for the record that is inappropriate to say to the judge. That's it's disrespectful. And if that's how you're going to talk to me, when I unmute you, I'm going to immediately mute you back.
That bitch typed in the back chat, son.
Texting and not even spelling proper. None. And she said that N-U-N. Like
Culture invasion. You can't make this stuff up, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the Godfather. She typing to the judge in the back chat, Mrs.
So you
Harris.
just ain't gonna let me. No.
That's gonna change.
Explanation is not needed.
In the back chat, though. I just told you gotta come and see me in a little bit, and you gonna type to me in the back chat. Like this.
You think what you can say at this point is gonna get you out of this situation? Like it's gonna change what I'm making statement now? Factual stuff.
You just not go let me say none. N-U-N. Record reflect that she has also sent directly to me, which is inappropriate, right? She has sent a chat saying, so I'm trying to figure out, you just not go let me say none, N-U-N. So that's what's in the chat. So let me just indicate for the record that is inappropriate to say to the judge. That's it's disrespectful. And if that's how you're going to talk to me, when I unmute you, I'm going to immediately mute you back. And then it appears that we might need to submit the matter for a competency evaluation. But I'm going to allow you to unmute.
Yo, the judge said, I think this bitch might be crazy, man.
We might need to get evaluation.
We need a psych eval.
Yeah, something going on.
And again, when we say that they act like they off or something, like they not, you know, we're mean and we're insensitive and all of the rest of the stuff except a child of God. But if you come off like this, you gonna get diagnosed like this. Like, this is not normal behavior. That's why we did the show, Psychopaths and Sociopaths. Like, are they really walking around not knowing how sick they are, Mrs. Harris?
Absolutely. Yes, we've allowed it for so long.
And it's everybody. It's men, women. If we walking around sociopaths and psychopaths, and we walking around with high progesterone, and we walking around with premenopausal, and we walking around with, you know, so many things going on that we don't even know why we act the way we act, and don't want to succumb to the information. So much information out here.
Self-diagnosing, that's the worst. Instead of getting down to the nitty-gritty, you know, and caring about yourself. You want to do better. And it starts with what the hell you put in your goddamn mouth.
It does. And with her saying we got to get a psych eval, I don't think this is any different from, again, how many of these have we seen? How many men from Northwest, East, South, Midwest, West, East, West come and say they have experiences with women? We cannot just brush that away. Oh, all of you guys are insensitive. Who you guys been around? Who's your mother? Where you guys live? No, there has to be some commonality, some validity, some realistic thinking in regards.
You know, and I'm a woman. I can probably be hard to get along with. If I don't float your boat, you definitely shouldn't want to be around me. You know, and then you got to have standards. You know what I mean? If we click, we click. If we don't, I'm not forcing it. They don't do that. You know, and people got to know, they got to have some standards. What do you value? Because if you value the street, if you value the bullshit, if you value people being disappointing and toxicity, I mean, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get.
And you can't say that, you know, they don't value it, because she would not use this vernacular, this demeanor, this approach, this cadence, these words in court. She could chill out for 20 minutes and get out of there and go back to her thug life. We come from the 90s. We know so many people that was gangster. They go into court with a suit. They hear what the judge got to say. They come back out of court. They back to gangster. It's a certain respect.
Yes.
But to act like this, to type in the back chat like you some goon, like Debo, chill.
Yeah. Like you just have the freedom to talk to the judge whenever and however in court. You don't. You have no right to speak until you are told that you can speak.
Damn.
This is just how it is.
She Debo, son.
That's it's disrespectful. And if that's how you're going to talk to me, when I unmute you, I'm going to immediately mute you back. And then it appears that we might need to submit the matter for a competency evaluation. But I'm going to allow you to unmute, and you're going to be respectful to me, or I'm going to mute you back. And there's nothing funny going on in my courtroom. There's nothing funny. So again, if we're not going to be respectful, then we're going to go back on mute. Okay, so you can unmute yourself, Miss Urel.
I could talk now.
Isn't this the behavior that they
Yes,
exhibit
absolutely.
with everyone?
Absolutely.
And I was just getting ready to say with their husbands, and then I thought about with their girlfriends, and then it kind of went to the kids. And this is what they exhibit to everyone. They don't feel that anyone doesn't deserve this demeanor and approach. And she just told you exactly what it was. Kind of like husbands. Like,
I see it on the platforms all the time.
I could speak now. I just told you.
Now you can speak, then they ask.
It's the control. Again, if she says that and then you answer her, you acquiesce to her authority. So I can speak now. Yes, you can speak. Yes, it's your turn to go now. They're looking for that acquiescing. They want that simp.
That's why the judge needs a competency.
For her to understand if she can comprehend
I told
things.
you, bitch, you can speak. Like, what? Sit, boo-boo, sit. Like, speak, bark. Good dog. The hell?
I have aunties like this.
I told you.
Again, this is the who gonna check me, boo.
Absolutely.
This is the I said what I said. Who else? Who came up with that? I said what I said. And here's the thing. If you say something to them, they get upset. So you got a group of people who you can't say nothing to, and they can say whatever they want out their mouth, and then they end it with, I said what I said. And I'm supposed to
I might
be.
have to consider it like a mommy syndrome. I'm gonna have to make up something because I think it has a lot to do with our mothers. You know, our mothers made foolish decisions, you know, that may have caused us some trauma, be it not having a daddy around, cantankerous mamas, you know, whatever, making bad decisions and wanting to be pandered. We watched them get pandered and coddled. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
And they still got to keep the kids, you know, just a lot. A lot comes out later, right? So that bitterness towards them is a hatred towards ourselves, right? She's never been able to relieve it. A lot of them don't say nothing to mama, right? Because mama still put on, you can't say nothing to mama, right? So there you go, right there. You can't say nothing to mama, right? Because mama did her best. We alive. You know what I'm saying? That kind of mentality. This is why mamas can't be held accountable because they gave birth to us. And thank God we still alive. So we just have to take whatever the fuck transpired from birth to or in the belly to now. We can't hold them accountable. Can't say, yeah, well, I remember these assaults. I remember these fights. I remember this. I remember you calling me bitch to my face. I remember this, that, and not me, my mama. But a lot of people go through these experiences and we still place our mothers on pedestals.
Because like Alexander said, you gonna tell me? Nope. I'ma tell you. Shout out to Messi. Shout out to Messi Michonne. I'ma tell you. Trey Ferg in the building. What's poppin', Trey? How you doing, sir? This is the behavior of most crack era adults. God damn. Fight and disrespect everyone. Okay, Trey came in shooting from three.
Yeah, I mean, and they learned that.
Okay.
Imagine the kids raised in the house with those, you know, crackhead characteristics, right? You got to see that firsthand. So of course, yeah, I respect and love my mama, but bitch can't tell me nothing. So you have this attitude, and then now we're raising that next generation with that attitude. They see us have that attitude with our mama. Yeah, fuck that bitch. She was a crackhead, bong, 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 can't tell me nothing. So the daughters is watching that. So you didn't have no respect for your mother, and I'm gonna have respect for you. Yeah, that shit works when I'm little. But as I start to get bigger and I start reflecting and understanding you was making some hard decisions. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
There's no value, no respect. And you think I'm going to keep believing your story, Mama? Sorry. Nope.
And like I said, you know, they said what they said.
I'm going to be a whore. You can't tell me.
And you can't talk about them, but they will talk about you.
I don't understand people like that. See, because I'm trying to better myself. That's right. I'm enrolled in the Robert Fionn School of Beauty and the Ace Truck Driving School. So I'm going to have something, you see. Hey! There go my homegirl, Gretchen. Hey, Gretchen! Hey, girl! I'm scared of you. You look good. Love what you did with your hair. Shake it, but don't break it. But if you do, save chapter piece. That fool went and spent the baby's diaper money to get her weave tightened. Girl, the baby was hollering like a banshee all night. I'm telling you, I'm glad I ain't got to worry about that. Because I got me some Cherokee on my mama's side. See, so hair ain't no luxury item in my family. Matter of fact, when I was a girl, my hair was long and straight and black and thick. You used to call me Pocahontas. Yes. Then one day I was heating up some ham hocks and my ponytail caught on fire. You don't understand, huh? Oh, him. That's Mr. Washington down there. Yeah, he's like a father to me. Hey, Daddy Washington. It's me, your little fuzzy wuzzy. You looking mighty spry today. Got some spring in your step. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd have some spring in your step, too, if you were sleeping with the preacher's 22-year-old daughter. Yeah, poor Mrs.
They talk about you. You can't talk about them, but they will talk about you.
Miss Sherelle, what do you want to
I
say
just
to
asked,
the
could
court?
I speak, and you just looked around and didn't say anything.
Miss Sherelle, what do you want to say to the court? This is my last time asking you.
Okay, what I want to say to the court is, how y'all just go off of what some lawyer saying? You ain't asked me not one question. You ain't asked me nothing.
Okay. She started in. Where y'all think this gonna go?
How y'all going?
Lower your voice because you're yelling at me.
Because you sitting here trying to make it just off of what a lawyer said.
First of all,
I was
you're
never
yelling at me,
disrespecting him.
and I'm not going to allow that. Second of all, I specifically said, so let's rewind.
No, I know exactly what you said.
Because your memory is failing you, and let the record reflect that I've muted Ms. Sherelle. So when counsel asked to withdraw, I specifically said, Ms. Sherelle, do you agree with that assessment? So you said, I didn't ask you nothing. You said, I'm just going by what some lawyer said. And when counsel asked to withdraw, I specifically said, Ms. Urell, do you agree with that assessment? And then Ms. Urell said, I guess so. That's what Ms. Urell said. So let the record be.
Is that what she said, guys?
That's what she said. I guess so. I guess.
That's actually how it happened.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably reading the
Transcripts?
Absolutely.
Okay. I heard that. Alexander X said,
On my watch.
No.
On my watch.
Okay, Alexander. My man. Get her, Judge Bryant. Get her, Judge Bryant. She is disrespectful. I'm going to leave it too easy. I'm going to leave that one. Goodness gracious. Wait. Okay. What?
Mm-hmm.
Lawyer defends you, ma'am. What world?
Hey, did she know the lack of competency?
He said she's baddie, baddie, baddie.
Right? Maybe she thought the lawyer was against her.
This chick
Because she's going back from him. He's probably trying to give her some correction. She would try to hear that. She probably was ready to fight him. He said, "Oh yeah, no, ma'am, we're not gonna do that."
Could be clear that I, in fact, asked Ms. Sherelle if she agreed with the assessment. So I'm going to go ahead and set the matter for January the 31st for a final pretrial conference. It is in person at 9:02. We are going to contact the Michigan Indigent Defense Council to see if they will appoint a third lawyer for Ms. Urell. This will be the third and final lawyer appointed. If this relationship does not work out for Ms. Urell, then we are going to, let me disable the chat because Ms. Urell continues to speak to me in the chat, which is inappropriate. So I'm going to disable the chat. And then we are going to, Ms. Sherelle, if you would stop yelling, if you would pay attention, then I would take you off mute. But like literally right now, you're yelling, literally. And the only reason that we can't hear is because you're off mute. Now, what I'm going to do, let me just read for the record what she sent to me directly in the chat, which was inappropriate. Can you let me know if you're going to let the record reflect that she's clearly, like, she's, even in this moment when I'm trying to read what she wrote in the chat, she's literally yelling. But the only reason we can't hear her is because she's on mute. So she chatted me, and Madam Prosecutor, and her chat says, can you let me know if you're going to lock me up? No, okay. No, KNOW. So I can get my babysitter in order. Now, what's interesting to me is that I've not said anything about locking anybody up.
Yo, this shit right here. She just needs to log off. She just needs the warrant and just go to jail because she's super tough. Like, let me know so I could get a babysitter. Like I said, they be like, yeah, let me go do this time real quick and shit.
Like, no, man. Get yourself together. At least humble yourself to the court. And you got children. You got to worry about a babysitter. If you're going to jail, it's more than just a babysitter. You have to relinquish guardianship to somebody. We can't just do things with your children without that. Can't put them in school. Can't take them to the doctor. There's so many things now legally you cannot do. Sorry.
No. You do what I say you could do.
No, I don't. No, they need to know this.
That's my child. If I carried it for 9 months.
Jail, but if you go to jail and you give that child to somebody, they can come take it. You ain't got a legal right.
Let me know so I could get me a babysitter. What I'm doing, 1 to 3?
Get locked up.
What am I doing? 6 years? Let me see what kind of babysitter I gotta get just in case. So I know long term, short term.
Commissary, gotta get my money in. It's crazy, ladies. Come on, man.
We're coming in. Like I'm literally trying to get Miss. Well, let me say this to you, so you can unmute, because what's going to happen is if you keep cursing at me, what's going to happen is you are going to get locked up. Now, it's not
your goal anyways. That's your game plan anyways.
You don't know what my game plan is. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about me. So we're going to come in person January 31st at 9:02. We're going to contact the Michigan Indigent Defense Council, and we're also going to order a competency evaluation. So this is third lawyer. January 31st at 9:02 in person. Mr. Pernicano, you are discharged from the case. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe. We'll see people on the 31st.
Thank you, John.
I know that lawyer is like, yo.
Well, today is the first, and I am sure her ass is sitting in
She's
jail.
probably in jail right now in
She's sitting in
processing.
jail.
Right, she went
I
yesterday.
can't believe that she got to court and was capable of collecting herself.
Yeah, no, she could switch it whenever she wants.
Nah.
Whenever
not
she
at
wants. As long as she get a judge that's worthy of her,
Oh.
you know,
Judge that
being
deserves
that's
her
right.
respect?
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
How's she gonna submit to the judge and give the judge all type of respect? And you don't know if that judge is the right type of judge, if that judge is judging his courtroom properly.
Oh, it shows me a lack of intelligence to think that you won't be treated like black men have been treated over the last fucking 100 years in this country. You're stupid. Sorry, they shooting you down and choking you out. Same way they've been doing our black men. You know, it's your turn. Keep acting up. Keep acting up. Everybody ain't gonna show you grace.
Nah.
Last Sunday I was showing a whole bunch of drunken ass pregnant bitches. They lucky
What?
they didn't get their asses thrown down on the ground. Like the police officers that they came across, were quite considerate. Quite considerate, you know, and to just morally be disgusted with these women being pulled over drunk and pregnant in today's day.
Right.
Y'all champion nigga shit. Y'all drink with these bitches while they holding babies in their bellies. It's amazing to me. Yep. I let y'all drunk friends be alcoholics and get pregnant and just, you know, don't say nothing to them about it. You gonna stop drinking? Nope. But talk about her behind her back.
Shit. Well, that was what we got, man. Let's go ahead and get to these comments. Cause that was nuts. I ain't never seen nobody treat a judge like that. Typing in the back chat and all of that. That was this woman raising children. Probably, if we look at the statistics and the numbers.
She said she gotta you know, get some babysitters.
Yeah, right. She
If
did.
gotta go
She
to
said she
jail,
got to get a
like, that's
babysitter if she going to jail.
Babysitting? For that.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time, and I'm going to throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
It's really something unique of a mother to know that, you know, she may not be the better parent, you know, and hand that child over to their other parent. It's really humbling, you know, and in today's day, we need to do what's best for those kids, you know, and you would have to be even more responsible for making sure that you're present. But to struggle with them kids, knowing they may be better off with their father, and it's your hate for him and despise him. Every situation ain't like that, but some situations, living in a car, just being all fucked up, not even giving no grace to that other parent. It's amazing. Some of these men don't even know that they have children walking around.
Absolutely.
So, gentlemen, y'all need to stop giving so much access to your seeds, man. Everybody's fault. When I agree with the women to some degree, y'all gotta. Whew.
Love yourself, black man.
Go to jail. Like
Love
the
yourself.
consequences behind it is so severe. They have to, you know, as women, we gotta raise the kids, but shit, financially, it'll tear you up. You can go to jail, lose your license. It's a lot more.
This is true.
So, and then you can't see your kid. You're paying a whole bunch of money to take care of kids that you can't even see, and they probably hate you because of what mama said.
So that's what we got, man. We just wanted to have a coffee and a cappuccino and go over, you know, a little reflection of, like I said, man, these court fucking proceedings be a lot to see. They put it out here. It's public information. They hit the record button. So we just taking an overview. But
the public, man, they send jury duty stuff all the time.
It's crazy out here. You guys do something for somebody other than yourself. That's when real character shines through. Check us out on Conscious Parenting Tuesdays. If you want some conscious parenting tips, we always showing up with some strategies, some tips. Check us out on Cerebro Saturday if you want something a little more intellectual, something from a different standpoint. And check us out on Sundays for Shame Sunday with the missus. And Mrs., get us out of here.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, you know, it's real out here, and these behaviors don't just exist on these small boxes; they exist in real life. We need to do a better job. So, like you said, you know, be kind to somebody besides your damn self.
And I'm gonna jump in too, because you guys see when we say women are women, I have one too. Y'all see what she just said? She said, "Bringing shame back." I'm just kidding, and she's not kidding. She's not kidding at all. But that's kind of like a mechanism within some people, within a lot of women that just kidding. And I was only playing. No, it's some seriousness in there. So, you know, bringing shame back, and we not just playing. We absolutely serious because it's absolutely needed. There's a lack of remorse. There's a lack of regret. There's a lack of shame in our community, or lack thereof, however you see it. But if you continue to sit idly by while people do foolish and wrong behavior on your watch, you glorify it, promote it, how does one differentiate between you and the problem? So continue to do good stuff for good people. And above all things, love yourself, Black man. You worth it, man. You worth it. Peace to the gods and the earths.
BOS on the track.
BOS on the track.